You guys have been adventuring in the land of Toivoa, specifically down here in the town of Nausea, where you guys are doing some house sitting after having escaped from a dragon encounter that you guys negotiated your way out of after busting up his drug lab. As part of your employment here, you guys are house sitting, trying to prevent a entity from finding what they want from within this house. You guys are currently over at 123 Mary Way. What would you guys like to do? Is you guys last week set up what you called two-factor authentication. So that's where we find you guys, is here in the house. What would you like to do?
What time of day is it?
It is 11 o'clock in the morning on a Friday.
Morning. I thought it was later in the afternoon.
You guys
didn't we get back?
We got back from bringing that lady, that pawn, and whoever's
Maybe that was just
trying
in the morning.
The pawn in this larger scheme has been housed at the consortium.
Yeah.
Poor
lady.
I believe. And we were last discussing that we know Poppy. We know the fake Poppies out there. We don't know if they expect us, but finding them and acting like, angry customers, not a terrible idea.
Maybe we could try to scry on them?
You don't think she'd see right through that? I mean, she was literally scrying on Freegree, so... I mean, we could... Would it even work? Would that just go to the real Poppy?
Well, the question is, I mean, the fake Poppy gave us that flower, right? We could use that flower to be the object to do the scrying with, right?
I mean, I could stare at the flower and probably scry, but how about someone else take a crack at that?
I don't know how to cast that spell. Someone probably does though.
Coin, if you know how to, why don't you take a crack first?
Well, I'm more of an illustrationist, so I'd have to draw everything I see. It would take too long.
Illustrated with your eye's mind, mind's eye, whichever one it is.
So maybe the person who's scrying will tell you what it looks like, and then you'll draw it.
Yeah, there's no promises I don't just draw the flower, but we might get somewhere that way. Or we could use the literal magic in several of your pockets instead.
While you guys are talking, Crystal's gonna walk into the living room and sit on the couch and put up almost like a projector. She's gonna cast scrying like it's a projector. She's like, all right, let's see what's on this channel. And she's gonna try
okay.
Scry on Poppy.
Brain, can you make some snacks?
Movie night or lunch.
I like these home video vibes that we're all just about to sit and watch a bunch of fun videos of this dude.
You've earned it.
Are we trying to scry on the original Poppy or the imposter?
This one's
the question becomes, what is the spell you're trying to cast? Who are you trying to cast on it, or cast it on, etc.?
Yeah, so she's gonna use scrying, and Crystal has never met the real Poppy, so the only thing that she has is the flower, the ring, and I mean, we could look in the flowers to see if any of her hair got in the flowers.
I love the thought. That's really cool.
We can start with that. I also bear in mind, Imposter Poppy has claimed that this was once her house, and we discussed there's a possibility maybe she has other items lying around, but that's maybe a backup option here.
You said there was an attic, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
there-
I still don't know how to get in.
I bet Rusin could help you.
I bet a door could help me too.
If there's an attic, we should find it.
How about you
no,
guys?
maybe
You
that's
guys
not-
try and do this scrying. I'll go look around, see if I can find any attics or clues
Okay.
or
come
attic
on, Dave.
clues. Yeah, I could use someone to hold me up so I can reach the attic. Learn
We
how
have
to
Sophia
to-
hate
has
it.
found the attic entrance in the pantry.
Oh yeah.
That explains why Coin hasn't seen it.
Rusin, are you going with Coin or should I?
You know what? I should go with them. Is it kind of like they were lying on like the arm of the couch? That's what Ruzu was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're small, and yeah, they're gonna get off the couch and go to follow a coin. Okay, what do you need help with?
Sit on the couch.
Don't
Well-
forget the code phrases if you see anyone.
Oh god.
Can we go over the code phrases again?
Can we have the code phrase be Baba Booey?
We have that one
That
already.
is a code. we already have
That is
one.
already in use.
Yeah, but I like it. I like hearing it.
I think just to give you guys just for a moment of levity, but he sounds serious at first. Isaac goes, "Well, we could always just use my kids' names. Nobody else knows that, but you all definitely know both of my children's names, right?"
Let's have a backup, just in case.
Just sort of waits for a beat for the knowledge that everybody definitely knows off the top of their head.
Yeah,
Just-
Seamus and Jasmine are very cute kids.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Yeah.
Crystal's like, why am I not telepathic? Why am I not telepathic?
Right? James Jasmine, and the next one will be some other Disney princess.
Right when Coin opens that door, I jump out and yell, "Yar!" at the
Ah!
What? Why?
Fuck!
Why not?
Come on, Sophia. Can we have a one trick per day limit on you? You already tricked us earlier with the whole pretending to be a vampire gag earlier today, and I'm kind of not a fan.
You guys are
You've been
literally
here the
brute
whole
monsters.
time?
You're so easy to scare.
Pretending? Oh wait, I mean, technically, was I pretend? I mean, yeah, technically I was. Technically I wasn't. There's kind of. It's kind of complicated. So we'll call that.
It's not that complicated to me. You were pretending to be a vampire at the front door, and you're like, "Yeah, you got us." Well, you got us again. Good job.
Now that was because you're talking about that was for security. This one
I
was
don't
just
feel
for fun.
secure.
Me neither.
Right, that's the point. We don't feel secure, so we have to improve the security. That means testing the security, which sometimes means pretending to be a vampire and asking to be let in.
Just be happy it didn't accidentally bash your head in.
I would have
Does it
dodged
also just mean camping out the pantry where we regularly get food from?
Yeah, have you been eating from the pantry?
I mean, isn't that what pantries are?
Well,
for?
stealing from the
If our
pantry is what I
pantries
mean to
do
say,
something-
not eating.
It's our pantry. How could I possibly be stealing from it?
I don't know, if you're hoarding all of it, and then they're like, "Oh, we're out of stuff," and then you have a secret stash under the floorboard. That sounds like you.
Oh, well, then it would be mine, and therefore it couldn't be stealing then.
Can we have this conversation in the attic?
Remember what I said? Sounds like you. Anyways,
All right.
I assume
so,
this is
I think
yeah,
we're
yeah.
going up the attic.
Yeah, you guys can go up
Siblings are
into
kind
the
of thing
attic.
you learn.
As you guys get up there, no one's been up here in a very, very long time. You look around. You have dark vision, right?
Yep.
Coin will put his glasses on to give him dark vision.
Okay. as you look around, it's pretty sparse. At the far end, there is a little toy box way at the far end of the attic. It's equivalent to being over the study,
Oh.
the
It's like
opposite
across the
corner
whole
of the
house.
house. Yeah.
What are we looking for
Um,
again, Coin?
From where you're
Anything-
standing, you can see the little toy box, a little kid's chair, a little section of the floor that has been kind of dressed up. There's a rug, and that's what you see.
We're looking for anything with sort of prior tenant vibes.
Yeah.
Where's the diary?
Well,
We're just looking for anything interesting. I don't know. I
I
didn't
guess we
come
could
here
just
with
take
a
whatever trinkets are up here and sort through them.
Coin notices this section of, I guess, like children's toys, and probably figuring it's above the study where he stays, he'll go in that direction.
Sure. Crystal, Bryn, Tati, you hear footsteps on the ceiling above you as Coin makes his way across. Thump, 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 thump. I assume.
Frog sounding footsteps.
Yeah, is it like a steady rhythm of thump thump, or is it more like hopping like thump thump?
Or is it like
It's a pretty steady, slow one. Like if you've ever walked in an attic where the what is it, the foam stuff out,
Insulation.
insulation. That's the word.
The thing my house doesn't have till this Sunday? Yeah.
Oh, you poor thing.
I know, right?
It's pretty steady. If anything, you'll
Mhm.
probably hear Coin randomly go, and he's stepping on like little pieces of wood that are left over from the construction.
Mhm.
Right into his squishy
Isn't
face.
isn't your skin made of like stone now?
Yeah, but that does. What does that have to do with this being gross?
Oh, I thought you were talking about how it hurts.
It's still my skin, Rusage.
I mean, I don't
It
care.
doesn't hurt. I just don't like things sticking to my flippers.
Yeah, it does kind of suck when I get stuff stuck between my scales.
a coin T-shirt if I've ever heard one?
Just a reminder that he's a frog if you forgot. But yeah, that's where he's going. He's trying.
Sure.
I don't think he'll immediately pick it up per se, but he's feeling out. Like, I assume everything in this area seems to be sort of correlated.
We're
Like,
just
Yeah,
gonna
so
look.
not much
look-
up here at all, except for that little toy box, little chair, and the rug.
It's just only the like. There's no like crates or any crap up here. It's just the little toy bags.
Nothing. At the
Huh.
far end, there's a little toy box in the dark with a little chair next to it on a rug.
You know, you think that someone that owns a mansion this big would have more stuff up here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they cleared it out. I don't know why they wouldn't clear this out too.
Yeah, also mention. It's pretty.
Oh, yeah,
Have you ever
Where
been in a
has
house,
Rusage
Ruzid?
lived?
Oh, it's a nice
Did you
house.
see what's Coin, did you see what's in the toy box?
Whereas it's like it's like middle class, like middle upper class.
Ruse's not like the stuff that Ruse has lived in has definitely not been like this.
It
Anyways,
doesn't.
I don't even think it has 2 bathrooms.
It does have 2 bathrooms.
that's
Yes.
more than 0.
Exactly too.
Coin.
Okay.
This toy box, is it like
Yes, sir.
a wind-up musical toy box? Is it a chest?
No, it is a toy
type?
chest. It is about 2.5 feet wide, a foot deep, and about a foot tall. So about like so, about that big, about like that. If you guys have webcams, which is coming for the streamers. So
Coin's looking at this. And he's like,
I don't trust this.
Do
As
you
in,
think
I
if
don't
we
want
touch it, we're gonna get cursed? Yeah, probably.
I think we could touch it, but I don't know if we should open it in the attic.
Oh, you think we should touch it?
I think we should open it near people who can undo whatever the fuck happens.
meanwhile, while you're investigating the toy box, Crystal is casting scrying down below.
Correct.
What's this projector screen look like?
This is like Well, I'm assuming Isaac is sitting on that couch, and we're sitting on this one. So it's definitely like Isaac's on the wrong side of the projector. So if he's like still on that side, he would see everything.
No, I'll move. I just was trying to get. I'll move to this side. I just put Isaac in a chair. That was all. I'll move to this side.
No, it's totally fine. It would have been funny anyway. You've been like, oh, that like looks different than I thought. I'm like, you're on. Nope, come around on this side. All right.
Okay. So, who are you casting scrying on?
The person that sold me flowers.
Okay. So, I need to roll a wisdom saving throw. They currently have you've heard of the target.
We've met the target.
You've met the target, correct. You've met the target, so that's a 0. You do not have a likeness or picture. You do not have any possessions of theirs.
We have their ring.
It's not hers.
We have their house.
Yeah, I think we heard during the interrogation that the
we
ring
have her.
is-
I think that's an excellent point. We have her house.
You guys have the house.
Yeah.
So, you guys have constantly referred to it as your house.
But she thinks it's hers, which is what the magic cares about, right? The magic cares about its association with the target.
Yeah, okay.
I think she's a liar.
So what's your spell save DC?
I think she's a liar.
18.
You could use a scrying spell to settle legal
18.
disputes about who owns something.
Oh
You
my
cast
god,
a spell.
she is.
Oh, that's interesting because
I like that.
well, that's a good point because you are kind of like trials by combat are basically asking for the view of the gods, right? And by doing that, Bryn, you're asking for the view of the weave. You're like, what's the weave have to say about it? That's interesting.
Oh my
This is
God.
how the magisterium operates. They just use scrying to determine all disputes.
There you go.
That's actually
Not a bad
incredible.
system.
We should make that the wiki.
All right. Well, she's going to roll a saving throw. So the saving throw for this specific character, and I don't want to show you any names, so I have to do this manually, is a 27.
God damn.
Ooh.
Are we
Yikes.
able to use? Can we use inspiration to make her re-roll that? I don't know if that's a thing that we can.
Normally, no, but if in this specific case, I will allow it, just because I want to give you a chance.
I have one I was hanging on to, and if we're not making garlic bread anytime soon, then I guess we should use it for something important.
That is an excellent point.
My question is, Eric, does the plus 13 account for any modifiers imposed by the spell, or is that?
I'm sorry, you're correct. It should have been, based off of the scrying, it should have been a 23.
Okay, so her bonus is plus 9. So that means,
darn
yeah, I
terrible.
think inspiration has a good chance of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
worth it. I
Well,
do have
no,
my own inspiration.
Just to be clear, you guys gave her a -4 because of what you have. She has a
Right.
plus 13.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with after the negative
An
4,
effective,
that
yeah.
means
Mhm.
she has
Yeah.
effective plus 9. And so
Correct.
to beat an 18, she needs to roll a 9 or higher. So that's a,
Yeah,
a
I'm happy
good
to throw
40%.
my chance.
Yeah, I'm happy to throw my
40%
inspiration.
Yeah.
at that.
Let's go for it. I've got one as well. but we
Inspiration,
can try
burn it all.
All right.
Hell
So,
yeah.
We need,
you
I
must
might
use
burn the garlic bread
inspiration
tonight.
first. Yeah, Isaac's
What?
inspiration goes first.
I think plot progression is more important, I think, than burned garlic bread.
well, that is the plot progression.
Debatable.
Let's
All right,
review what the real
so
mission is.
Yes!
Hell
Oh my
yeah!
god!
Woo! That was so smart.
all right, so
Well done.
the TV takes form in front of you. A floating image appears in front of you guys, like the best ever big screen. It just floats there, not taking up any wall space. You guys watch as the camera flies out the front of this house, down the street, and up into the sky, where it's going to break through some clouds, and it sails southward through the trees, not long, and then dives down into the trees and towards a glade. And in that glade, there's a cave. It goes into the cave, and it's dark. As you go deeper into the cave, you're going to hear things going past you. And then you find yourself looking at the face of a woman concentrating on a candle. Resting on a table in front of her, there are 6 small dolls. She's currently building a 7th doll. You guys can see that she
Oh
is
no.
very carefully crafting these dolls. And one of them has blonde hair and 4 feet. One of them has white hair and 2 feet. They're kind of crude, but the details, the generalities are there as to the fact that these are dolls that are imitating the residents of the house.
You said 6?
Yeah,
6
with
at
the
the moment.
7th in
She's working on a
progress.
7th.
Hang
Oh.
on. Didn't Pitney Bones make voodoo dolls of us, or like want to?
Or that's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. Please continue, Eric.
Does Rosie? Does the stride? Do you have a sense of where this? Looking at the screen, I'll look at Rosie. Like, do you have a sense of where this is?
Because of the fact that you guys got launched through the clouds, you have no direct sense of direction on this, and it doesn't tell you where they are. You get to see their current place or in the area around them, but you don't get to see how to get there.
Can we start doing sci-fi shit though? Like, I see a. Sorry, not sci-fi. I meant
Enhance.
CSI. Like,
Enhance.
I meant CSI, like forensics, but like. Can we see
Infer.
a
You
certain
can
type
infer
of-
the environment, right?
Well, can we
You're
see a
going
type
to
of
do some
flower
Sherlock
growing?
Holmes.
A type of
Zoom
flower
in.
growing that only grows in one spot of the continent, or an ore, or a vein of ore that only is mined at a certain spot in the continent.
Sure,
Zoom in
because-
on her eyeball and flip the image and read the summary.
This is a full Iron Man on this.
Are we about to
like,
solve the Da
Basically,
Vinci
yeah.
Code? What's going on?
Oh man.
I feel like the 3 people watching
The
here.
fact that I know someone who is actively involved in this stuff that we're talking about and is a player in one of my sessions, this is really funny. So, as you guys look at the image before you, according to the specifics of the spell, the only person who can actually see this is Crystal. So I do need the investigation check from Crystal.
I'll give you guidance though if I
Sure.
can't like help you look.
Can I receive help?
Yes.
Okay. Crystal
So
like
guidance.
looks at Brent. Help, please.
Well, how can I help if I can't actually see the image?
Well,
I
you
would
have
love to,
enhanced
but I-
abilities. You have enhanced abilities and
genius.
I can cast.
bardic
That's
inspiration.
very good. I think I'm out of bardic inspiration because we burned all of it in the
Knuckle dusters.
dig site. But I do have
Oh, yeah,
at
dig
least
Been here
one.
we've been here for at least a short rest, right, Eric? I mean, we've
Yeah,
been
short
here
rest,
for
yeah.
a while.
You can also
I don't have
Give me the
5 guard levels yet, so
Oh,
it only
you
comes
got
back on a
proof.
long
Sorry.
rest.
Okay.
But I can
I have
spend.
this,
It'll have to be a 4th level spell slot, but it's worth it to have advantage on the check. Yeah, I'll give Crystal advantage on intelligence checks. And you know what? Because it upcats, I'll target myself and Isaac as well. So in case we need
Okay.
to make any investigation checks in the next hour,
Sure,
we'll have advantage on intelligence checks.
Yeah.
of course.
Maybe
Got
I
it.
need to recall something historical.
Maybe Crystal will need to like roll nature to ID the plant or something.
Sure.
All right. So, Crystal.
so glad
Ooh.
you have advantage.
Wow. You do have advantage. Please re-roll that.
Oh my
Come on.
God.
I love that -1.
Okay, hold on.
All right. So you have a 14
All
And
right,
then
right
we'll
now.
throw the guidance on top.
Yeah, I got
Guidance.
guidance.
Yeah.
Okay, 17.
That's a
Oh, my
17.
bad. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Is there any other bonus you want to add to this?
Is there anything we can?
I don't think
think
there's
we
anything
can.
I have.
I don't have anything.
I don't think there's anything we can do. I think 17 is the size we can take it.
All right. So with the 17, you're going to collect some details. The place where this person is at is a wet cave. You can hear dripping from the ceiling into small puddles around. The person's table is very rudimentary. This is essentially just a board placed across a couple rocks that have been moved into position so that the board can fit. It's not much at all as far as furniture goes. The chair she's got is a folding chair. It is one of those three-legged stools that has a bit of fabric in the middle. She's sitting on that and has no back to the chair. This is not a permanent residence. This is for lack of a better term, a shelter that she has found where she can do her work at creating these dolls. Looks like she's probably taking quite a bit of time to make the doll. She's slow as she's sewing the one arm on. It's going to take her almost 30 minutes to sew the one arm on.
Can I ask one question about what Crystal sees? Since it's been within like 2 hours, I guess, or so since she was here. Is she out of breath? Like she just ran there the whole time and just got there, or at the very least, she's within 2 hours of us without exerting herself physically by much, is what it sounds like.
Is completely calm. Her breathing is not ragged at all. Her hands are steady. You can tell by how carefully she's sewing that her heart rate is slow.
Is there a teleportation circle on the floor?
Just about to ask that same exact thing.
You do not
Show me the port keys.
Tachi's like, I imagine her like hanging over Crystal's shoulder, like, no, like look on the ground, like, is there?
No, scan further.
It's a wet cave. Is she close enough to an entrance that we can see her hair blowing in a breeze? Like, is it breeze moving anything? Okay.
Nope, because you guys went down at least 200 feet into the cave.
There we go. Okay.
So we can't see this
It
woman's
is
face.
a fairly deep cave. Based off of the light from the one candle she has on the table, there is a glimmer of a body of water next to her that you cannot see the edge of, even with your dark vision. And that's only on one side of her. To her left is where it's at. There are some stalagmites around her. There is a trail that goes down into the cave, and from where she's at would lead out of the cave up a hill. So you guys would have gone down into the cave.
Doll is she not
there are
finished?
2 mushrooms in a corner that are kind of distinct. Those are bright purple and glowing.
That's something we can maybe ask folks at the consortium too. Even if you can't ID them on site, Crystal, we can ask folks at the consortium about bright purple glowing mushrooms.
I imagine Crystal's just in a trance, shouting everything she sees, and the rest of us are frantically writing it down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Which
you guys
which doll has not been finished?
Yeah.
Which doll
I'm
has
sorry?
not been finished?
Which doll has not been finished? You know what? I had not actually decided that, but I'm going to decide that right now. Number 4, that would be Bryn's, has not been finished. As we go top down, left to right.
All right.
Bryn's lights.
Okay. Well, actually, on that note, I think what I'm going to do is, while this is happening, before she has a chance to finish the 7th doll, I would like to dismiss and re-up Mordenkainen's private sanctum on the house, which is a 10-minute casting time. And I'd like to have the bottom of the 6 effects. I'd like the last 4. So you can sight and sound can pass through it, but no divination spells or sensors by divination spells, no teleport, and no planar travel. And I'll spend 10 minutes casting that.
Well, and I don't want Bryn getting long distance fucked up the way we saw the thief getting long distance targeted. So I'm throwing protection from evil and good on Bryn while he's doing that casting.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right. So, Crystal, is there anything else you would like to observe about this person?
Does she seem aware that I'm looking at her?
At the moment, she is focused on the doll crafting. I can give you a physical description of her.
Mm-hmm.
The woman is about 5'6", slender, white painted face. She has red eyeliner and long black mascara lashes. Her eyebrows have been plucked into almost Vulcan style straight lines with points on the ends. Her long elvish ears give her away as not being Poppy. Her eyes are silver with black pupils. She has a red scarf around her neck, black leather armor, and a sword at her hip that you can't quite make out.
And she looks unfamiliar to all of us.
You've never seen this woman in your life.
Well, but does she fit a description we've heard of a woman by the consortium? They gave us, it was a pretty brief and general description, but they gave us a description of the butterfly.
Yeah, this does not match that person.
Okay, just double checking. Great.
Yeah, this is someone else. And I know that we didn't hear it, but I can hear it somewhere behind in Isaac's mind. Well, at least it's not her.
Truly, because I was about to try and find an in-game reason to tell everybody to just abandon ship and run away. Great.
Yeah, no, you are not dealing with that person. You're dealing with someone else here.
Okay. I think
I do
good.
appreciate the attempt.
I think I'm good. Does anyone else have any questions that they would?
Yeah, I think you have the right idea to just follow up with a legend lore now that you know what she looks like. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and Stoner Chronicles. Yes, that's a great idea too, Tati.
All right. Well, after about 10 minutes of observing this person, just about 9 minutes and 50 seconds in, the person takes her sewing needle, puts it on a little pin cushion on the table, puts her two hands on the table, and looks up at the scrying sensor and smiles. She says, "Did you find what you needed?" And the scrying ends.
No, I did not find what I needed. She yells as the thing ends.
You yell at the screen? Okay. It has the same effect. She cannot hear you.
God damn it. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay. I would propose that we have some research to do at a library, the local library, on potentially the voodoo doll to begin with, like who's doing this, like where does that come from? We also have research anyway from Silas. The storyline with Silas as well.
Okay.
Can I do a a history check to see who among my family told me stories of who makes voodoo dolls?
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a history check. A 21. All right. So with
Oh wait,
21.
sorry, that's a 22.
A 22. Okay. Goodness, I need to go through your list of cousins
I don't
here.
need a particular person. I was just wondering what the stories related to voodoo dolls are.
Okay.
Not Not who
Um,
specifically was doing them in my household.
Okay.
I kind of want to know that though.
I'm sure I know. I just don't think it's relevant.
Well, I mean, it's important to the story. So figure that out for us while we do this.
Sure.
Sure. The story that you would have heard would have come from the land of Shu. It's a children's horror story about getting away from your parents when you go out into public, running away, being alone, getting into trouble. You never know when one of the witches will get you. And if you do get caught, they'll make little dolls of you and can control your motions.
Okay.
Okay, indeed.
Well, I know who told me.
I know.
They also will mention that the dolls can talk and allow the people who have the dolls to listen into your conversations and learn your deepest, darkest secrets at night.
What does that mean?
That means when you're dreaming, your dolls are telling your secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Means we might want to, we might want to get to her during the day.
Or guard our sleep.
Also true. I mean, we are behind the Hallow spell and Private Sanctum in here. But
Yeah, here's great. Let's stay here.
Tati has learned. So what I've learned is that we are staying inside forever.
Yeah. So after,
I mean, it at least might be a good idea to stay in here until we can hit her during high noon when we know that she might be at the nadir for daily
at least
power.
sleep in the house. Yeah. So after you do your scry projection, vacation PowerPoint slide, I'll just tell you a scary story that my aunt Nissa used to tell me about voodoo dolls. And how they sit at a little doll table in a witch's room, and while you're sleeping, they share your secrets with each other while the witch listens in.
We know that a sailor has been killed at night before. Maybe that's a spot for bait, a time and place for bait. They were killed at the docks.
Speaking of bait, where did the others go?
Oh, I think they're investigating the attic.
Well, I know that. It's just I haven't heard them stomping on the floor for a hot minute.
Coin.
I'm just saying, I think you should carry it down. I don't want to touch it.
I mean, okay. If you touch it and lose control of yourself, at least I can restrain you. But if it's the other way around, the whole roof's coming down.
Yeah, but Ruzid, I just explained to you that I don't like it when gross stuff touches my flippers.
Okay, well, cry about
also
it.
applies to my hands, and this thing is covered in dust. You have scales. I'm sticky.
Okay, here, I can fix it right now. And then Ruzi casts prestidigitation to clean the dust off of it. There, you happy? You happy?
Did you get the back of it?
Of course I got the back of it.
You wanna flip a coin?
No, I don't want to flip a coin. I want you to pick it up.
All right, I'm heads.
One's heads. Yeah.
Dumbass.
All right, I knew it was gonna land on that.
He just picks it up from both
All
sides
right.
on the end. Always sit up.
It's not that heavy. It probably weighs 20, 30 pounds tops.
He probably waits a moment, expecting something, and when nothing happens, he just says, "All right,
Oh, that's a relief.
let's go." Yeah, you get out the dust. Phew.
Can I get a sleight of hand check? And it's not for anything dangerous. I'm just trying to find out what's going on to see how steady your hands are. Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you
walk back
gently
to
carry
the
this across the attic towards the exit in the pantry.
He's probably he's keeping attention to the sound it makes as he walks, assuming
It
there's
makes
nothing.
no sound. No sound at all.
Do you need any help getting that down from there?
I don't think so, but if it explodes while I'm landing, make it
Well,
not.
if it does that, then I have evasion.
Oh, good. Glad that's covered. All right. He hops down.
Doesn't
back
Coin
in.
have evasion too?
Yeah.
Tails.
He hops down, landing. He's gonna try and be pretty cautious about it. He doesn't want to shake it too much. Try to keep it steady as he lands.
Sure. Cool. With
Uh,
a 22 sleight of hand, no sweat. You keep it flat and level, nothing budges.
All right. And he clears the way so other people can drop down.
Sure.
Well, I was totally expecting you to get possessed there, so that's good. That didn't happen.
Yeah. I'm inclined to agree.
Too many times have we had that happen to us in the last few days.
After the amount of times it's happened in this house, it's starting to assume every item in it has some sort of wacky effect.
Yeah.
But let's just get it back to the front room. Then we'll crack it open.
Starting to wish I knew how to make a mage hand at this rate.
You could probably mold one with clay and then just put it on a stick, and then you'll have like a 10-foot stick with his fake hand on it, and that'd be pretty close.
Very innovative.
It's not a mage hand, that's a clay hand.
Can you believe I just came up with that on the spot? I should write these down.
Yep, we should write everything you think of down.
I don't see the door symbol to get. Oh wait.
You're on the wrong side of the room, Coin.
Kitchen.
It's over here.
Coin's so busy looking back, talking about this idea, he bumps into the wall.
Ouch! Oh, we're at next room. Yeah, yeah.
God. The door's literally right over there.
Door's correct.
Rooted, instead of doing the clay thing, you could take some paper and mash it all up and do it, and instead of a mage hand, it would be a mache hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Do you have inspiration? Yes, you do. Congratulations.
I was gonna say some quip earlier about how you should spend your inspiration before you get another one this session, but I didn't get to say it in time.
Man.
Missed your opportunity.
We're at the point we just need to start forcing Saphira to use their existing inspiration instead of get one. It's use it.
Crystal's just gonna get up and scry every morning so we can use inspiration.
How'd the scrying go?
Before we get to that, how do you take your tea?
Normally a tea drinker, actually.
That's exactly right. Well,
Of course it's right. Well, that's what you were doing. Gotcha.
You were with the other two the whole time, right? Had them in view.
Right, of course.
All right.
I mean, technically, there might have been 1 second where they were in the attic and I wasn't, because I was the last one to go up there. But apart from that, I mean, they could see each other the whole time. So
He stuck a blade out at us when we opened the door. It's definitely Saphira.
and it was great.
Of all the words to choose, you chose that one.
I could
Anyway,
have chosen magnificent.
we found a toy
Glorious.
chest.
Oh.
Why don't you aim that blade at the front of this thing?
Coin says, walking over to the table and dropping this toy chest onto
First,
it.
I prefer.
You drop it onto there?
Well, he doesn't drop it, but he places it on this table.
Okay.
I prefer instruments more delicate than a blade. My tools of the trade are a little bit broken right now. Tati, do you have yours?
Yeah, let me just double check. I didn't already give them to you at some point.
To clarify, I don't know if it's locked. I meant if I open this and something jumps out, then have
Yeah.
it pointed.
Some
Alright, I
of
was gonna.
the tools in the kit help just identify, runes and traps and stuff. And
I was
Yeah,
gonna take a
yes,
look at
I do have some, so
if there are
I
any
passed it
runes.
over.
First,
if
I'm
anyone
gonna
wants to
give
look at this thing
a
before
little
we
look
open it,
over. Yeah,
Coin's gonna
You
investigate
can
it.
just keep these, Saphira. I'll take them off my character sheet.
I appreciate that. Are you gonna get a new set for yourself?
If I see a kit, I will definitely pick it up.
We're just gonna look on it for any like magical sort of markings or whatnot.
Okay. Sure. Coin looks at it and it's a box.
It's a box.
Ruzid, you look
It's
at
a
it
box.
for magical markings. There are no actual magic markings on this, but there are a couple of depictions of dragons, a couple unicorns, a couple ponies. There's an alicorn, a couple other creatures. A capricorn's on there as well. A couple mermen, a couple mermaids.
Lot of magical creatures on here.
Yeah, but it's all drawn and painted onto the box. This is a very smooth, sanded box. These are just pictures that are painted on the sides.
Huh.
Makes sense. All creatures child might dream of. I'll first see if or can identify if there's like any type of traps on it.
Roll your investigation, please. It's a 10. Unless you have advantage.
Nope.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. We're helping.
I mean,
Yeah, we're helping. We all give you help action.
We're all
Tati
very
gave-
invested in this.
I did genuinely assume Tati was because she just gave you all the tools to do
Yes.
this check, so I figured she was.
Yeah, I'm
Will be
right
cool
at your
with that.
shoulder.
So, with a 23 there, Saphira, there are no traps on this box.
Just an ordinary children's toy chest then.
Yeah.
Open it.
Flip it open.
Oh man,
You
it's
open
probably
it inside. Good.
it's probably cheap as hell. Then there's nothing. Thought I could resell this thing.
Yeah, inside of this chest there is a green and tan blanket. It's a quilt. The squares are about 5 inches square. The edges are all intentionally frilled. It's all been cut into little frills on the edge, but it's a quilt pattern of green and tan squares.
Is it that quilt of like the roads running around a green town? I don't know what it's called.
No.
It's just where my mind went.
Love it.
We're all picturing this as like a 6-year-old's box.
So this isn't really a toy chest. This is a linen chest.
That's what you see.
That's all that's in it? A quilt? There's no like nothing below where that was.
Are you going to look underneath it?
Of course.
The quilt
Well
right
yeah. I think Coin's gonna pick up the quilt, moving it
Okay.
aside.
You move it
After observing
aside. Underneath, there are a whole bunch of small, very delicate wooden boxes. They're about 8 inches long, about 4 inches high.
Coin's looking at this and he kind of has an idea, but he doesn't really have any evidence. So I guess he'll just say like, Poppy said this used to be her place, right? Or whoever it is. What are the chances they grew up here? I mean,
Depends on whether she was lying.
I don't know that we have any evidence to believe that the chances are anything, other than the 50-50 that they all start at, I guess.
So, for you guys who want to see exactly what this quilt looks like, it looks like this.
Nice.
These little frilly ends on it.
Cute.
Are there
Cozy.
pictures on some of those?
There's a couple little flowers. You know,
Ooh.
yeah, a couple little flowers. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
It's all
For
the
a
same
second, I
pattern.
thought I saw lines of text, and I was like, "Read me everything."
I'm wondering from
Smooth. The front is smooth. The back of it is all frilled out for warmth.
That makes sense.
I'm wondering from a metagaming perspective, did Eric make a quilt that just happens to look like one that he owns? Or did he get this quilt and he's going to send it to one of us as a prop for the...
This is clearly his blankie.
Or it's
He's
the
not
third
doing the
option
same
where he
one.
just found it in his room and decided to make it in the game.
You think he would ever
The
separate
quilt does not belong
that
to
quilt?
Ooh.
Coin?
Take-
So we're
I'm gonna carefully
thinking
take
that
one of the wooden boxes out.
Okay.
Yeah,
wait,
so I'm
make-
out of
sound.
identifies for
Yeah.
the day. But tomorrow I can try and identify anything here.
there's other
Well,
ways
I
to
mean,
identify things.
Yeah, like for example, I could open this, or I'll try to open it.
So
Could use our
Crystal's
eyeballs
casting
first.
detect magic,
Okay,
and
let-
because Crystal's
I go
detecting
first.
magic,
What a
this
puppy pooper.
chest, there are 13 sources of magic in this chest,
I think
and
there were 12 boxes.
there are 13 boxes,
Okay.
and Saphir is holding one of them.
If there's cockroaches in every single one of these, I'm gonna die.
I mean, we agree. We burn the house down at that point, right?
Of course, I still there are cars.
12
Nothing
cockroaches.
is moving inside the box.
A very bold assumption, Crystal.
Can you tell what kind of magic it is?
Oh, that's right. It comes from a school. Is
yeah.
it one of the regular schools, Eric?
It is not.
Hmm.
This
These
is
fucking things.
hemomancy.
Yep. Damn.
For those unfamiliar with hemomancy, that's blood magic.
Pieces of cockroaches in all of these boxes.
Are we still
I
on
will
that?
say there is a small aspect of on each of the inside these boxes. It's not just hemomancy. There is a little bit of onomancy on these as well.
Name magic.
So we think
That
the
is
Windows
person
interesting.
that Crystal scried on claims to own probably everything in this box. And the person you scried on was a full nutcase.
Understood, but yeah.
Hey, how did that scrying go anyways?
The person who visited us makes voodoo dolls
Oh no.
of us, apparently.
Oh.
Friend.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not the first.
that's
Do you
not
think-
good.
Basically has little
I think there are some dolls in
and pretends
I think
that
there are dolls in these
are
boxes.
Mm.
Are the boxes
Eric?
big enough for that?
Eric,
question?
so if I recall back to the scrying, when we saw the dolls, did we see any, or did I see any other dolls around? Was it just us?
Just the 6 dolls on the table and the one she was working on.
Okay. Because what I was gonna say was she might have done that to Poppy, or she might have a doll of Poppy, which is how she's imitating her. I don't know.
I will immediately try to open the box I'm holding.
Okay, you look down at it. You don't see a lid. You don't see an opening to it.
It's a puzzle box.
The glass onion puzzle.
Feel around it, see if I can find like a really thin seam, or check to see if it's just one solid piece as far as I can tell.
Roll
Sometimes if you
your
hold opposite corners and then spin it, there's like a little gravity thing inside that opens and lets you open the box.
Someone's been watching the Manhattan Project.
I
Okay,
have so many
So-
puzzle boxes.
That
just
does not
happens to be
surprise
one
me.
of my favorite ones.
I also have a lot of puzzle boxes. I love them.
I don't have enough secrets for all the puzzle boxes I have.
So need you to roll an investigation, please, here, Saphira. You are getting help, I assume, from someone in the party.
Yeah, and you're getting help from me.
And
Yeah.
guidance over here. If you need
All
to
right,
crank
so
it
with
higher
the-
than a 23.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So with a 24, you are able to figure out this box. It has to be held in a certain way in order for the segments to slide. And the wooden box actually twists 90 degrees. And as it twists, it forms a 90 degree angle as it unfolds. And sitting in the box, popped up in half of it, you see a doll. There's straw around it that has insulated it from the sides and kept it safe. It's well packaged in there, but it is a doll of apparently a woman. It's very crude.
Note. Probably find out who this is.
Yeah, if the box radiates blood magic and name magic, that to me strongly suggests that the imposter Poppy very well could have made this box and the dolls in it.
It was her home before, and she wasn't making that up.
Are there any
Although
objections?
we now have
Go
something
ahead.
that belongs to her. Oh, I was just gonna say we can scry. I think Eric was pretty generous to give a -4 penalty on the grounds that we have the house which belongs to her, but now we definitely have these dolls. Anyway, go ahead, Isaac.
I'm torn between wanting to use them as leverage and just burning them on general principle. You know, magical artifacts like this do seem like they should be burned on general principle, frankly.
You
Particularly.
have to be so careful when you get rid of dolls, Isaac. What if you burn them and the person catches fire? What if you
Well-
burn them and then they have dreams of fire
That's-
for the rest of their life?
I don't know how
What
they
if you-
work.
That's a good
I
point.
assumed
I don't know who
that
they
if
are, though.
use- Yeah, I was
If
about
they
to
have,
say, I don't know how
now,
they work. but-
I do have to say, Dreams of Fire be a great name for a tavern act.
Ooh, I like that.
I assume since I wouldn't be putting that intent into the doll and didn't make the doll, and if the doll uses onomancy and I don't know the name involved, that I can't connect, that I wouldn't be able to connect to the person for a number of reasons. But who's to say? I mean, I'm not sure. I just mean to dispose of them in some way, or to use them as leverage, or both. We could get rid of all but one, and then tell her, and then try to use the final one as leverage once, by virtue of being the final one, it has increased significantly in value.
Well,
But-
we only have seen one so far. Let's.
But there's all
start
these
by
other
opening
boxes.
the other- Yeah, let's
So,
start by.
so we should go
opening
ahead
them
and
up
just
see
open
if
the
we
rest of them
have-
then.
I
Yeah, we
think
should know what
so.
we're
Yes.
working with. Yeah, we should know what
Yeah.
we're working with.
I need to have
Also-
a D13 from Saphira to find out which one of the 13 boxes she opened.
Fantastic.
Number
Yeah, I
13.
also let's see if we can identify any of the faces that the dolls are
I
supposed
was
to
just about to
represent.
ask the same thing.
Hey,
Yeah, do we
that's what's
recognize
important.
anybody?
And we should, and on top of that, I think that's also a good reason not to destroy them, because if we can't recognize them, someone else might be able to, but the doll has to still be like existent in order for that to work.
I mean,
and we might need to warn whoever it is, get a message to them. I don't know, but
I create a duplicate of the doll using minor illusion. Like, I don't
Okay.
actually know that the doll needs to be just to show Saphira, like, I don't actually know that the doll needs to be around to look into who it is.
if
And then someone
That's- yeah.
catches fire, we know who it is, and then if they die, I can just bring them back.
But there you
Yeah.
go. Foolproof.
Wow.
There it is.
Playing God over there, I see.
Well, the whole point is that I play with a god.
Yeah,
It's a little
good
different,
point.
but similar.
That's true.
Maybe.
Yeah, I do think I would suggest we at least give it 24 hours, and my wand of identify will charge at least. We'll at least get one charge back next dawn. We can identify one of the boxes or one of the dolls or both, and see if we learn anything from that. Either the intended who the doll is supposed to represent or how it is used, or maybe we don't learn anything from it. But I think that right now they're a source of information for us, and if we burn them, we're not going to get any more information from them. And if we figure out who these people are that the dolls represent, we can learn something about Poppy's past or her motives or her plots for the future.
If it turns out that if any of them are like evil or aligned against us, then we could use them ourselves, possibly. If we figure out how they work.
Just make them dance.
I think I might be in Isaac's camp on that one. That I do think they're pretty abhorrent, and I would be
Only if
unwilling to use them.
Crystal high fives Saphira telekinetically from across the room.
Really bad people.
We would not be using it for bad purposes.
If you hurt really bad people with bad means, it all evens out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A negative times a negative is a positive.
Most characters I play unironically believe that, Tati. So that's pretty interesting. Quiet right now.
And we don't know any bad people yet, so it's fine.
It also might be worth looking into why Poppy was chosen by this woman, whether it was just like convenient. Or
I assumed it was for the
We
method.
should see if
Flower salesman was chosen because the flower bug method was the attempted preferred infiltration method, but who knows?
They also
we
have
should
Come
see
for
it.
the
We should see if she
twist,
has.
She came for the seed.
Oh.
That's weird, right?
And the ring.
Wasn't the ring just how they were controlling her?
Was it?
Thanks.
I thought she was like grasping it in her hand.
No, she was
I
wearing
guess
it.
she never.
It was
Oh.
part of how they were controlled here.
Huh.
If the
Gotcha.
ring puts you more in control of your faculties, then I don't see how it would help when control you.
Well, it puts you more in control of your faculties. And for most of us, it puts us less in control of our faculties.
Amazing, Saphira. Amazing.
So I think it sounds like we have some sort of a plan, which is research today, a couple of different questions, voodoo plus the following up on Silas stuff, if there's any way to do that. Although I think we kind of did that the extent to which we could in the city by asking Leslie, but who's to say? So maybe there's not as much to do today, but tomorrow morning, Bryn casts Identify. And do we try to, we should try to do, I guess, we should try to find out where she is so that we can hit her quickly and if possible. Can we scout today, like around the edges of? We'll describe the area to some sailors. A couple of us can rent a very small boat.
We should have asked the consortium if
definitely down to
Poppy
do
has,
that.
if the real Poppy has like a place of operations that we could look around.
I highly doubt that this person's operating where the real Poppy would.
No, but if she was trying to like create plausibility, she might have stopped by there at some point.
That's true. She had to get flowers. Was the real Poppy a flower salesperson?
That's what I was
Yes.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
Poppy works for the consortium. Like, how would this woman have like come across her, and why would she use her?
Yeah, we can also ask about the cave where she is right now, and just see if it sounds familiar. We can show them the 13 blood magic dolls and ask if they recognize maybe a group of people. Although I think we are possibly in danger once we step out of the house, because the house is warded against divination magic, and so is the consortium. But the path between here and the consortium, we might just get a needle in the head, much like Fergalicious or whatever her name was did.
Great.
Um,
I had literally no idea what you were talking about.
I forgot. And yeah, as part of scouting too, a couple of us, Saphira, if you want, you want to just like rent a small boat and do some coastline scouting and just see if we see any cave entrances or places that look like when the tide lowers they might become cave entrances.
I'm down to do some
Absolutely.
scouting.
It's been far too long since I was on the water.
I agree, kind of. I see an excuse to make it helpful. So let's do it.
Okay, so while we're doing that, who's gonna open up the rest of these? I can show you how to open them, and I'm gonna grab the second one and kind of go around with it, get it, try the same position I opened the first box with, and try to open it.
It is not work.
Okay, so they might work different ways, but we should still try and open up the rest of them.
Agreed. I also think we should anticipate that this person's going to come back for us, and possibly at night, so it might be a good idea if one or two of us got a nap during the day.
Yep.
That may be good.
I would need to do that actually. If it would be good if the only thing I'm doing today is like an hour or two on the boat, and I can spend the rest of the day getting a long rest.
Just
That's why-
sleeping on the boat while Saphira floats you around.
That's why I
I'm
was kinda
honestly
confused
not
about
sure
that
how
time.
much exercise that would be if you're doing it at a chill pace and you've been doing it your whole life. But yeah,
Saphira's going to crash you into the something. Just into the something.
You can exercise boarding that water with a bucket.
We'll probably be far enough away that there's nothing to crash into. Probably. You know, if there's like a reef or something.
I feel like you always find a way.
That's a certain type of genius right there.
You crash
yeah.
more with less.
Maybe we can turn that to our advantage someday.
Like I do.
It's true.
I mean, you know, I have always wanted to sink another ship by crashing a ship into it. So if that
Why would you
opportunity
want
ever presents
that?
itself, because I know how
Why is that on
legendary
your
it would
bucket list?
be. Because
Can I?
it would be so cool.
I mean, not wrong.
It's just you're out of ballista shots. You have no means of getting out of this battle. So you it's the only means you have left. You go charging in, you take them with you. Then swim to safety because they can't take you down.
Okay, but they're gonna also swim to safety, and at that point, it's just fisticuffs.
Well, of course they're gonna swim
Well,
to
wouldn't
safety.
that be the
Someone has to
preferred
be able to
scenario
tell
for
the
you,
story
though?
what happened.
I guess in this
Exactly.
theoretical scenario, it would be pretty cool to crash your boat. You've convinced
like-
me.
You live in the water. Like, this is optimal for you.
So you've always wanted to be in a situation where you were out of munitions and your only option was to sink yourself? Is that, am I
If you
getting
were
that
in
right?
that position, she wanted to make like
No,
the
no,
heroic.
I want to done that at least once.
Okay,
Not all the
okay.
time. Most of the time, I'd rather have the ship.
Not all
But
the
you
time.
know,
Like a rental boat. I think I'm getting it.
Get some insurance on it. Just go nuts.
like I would. If we can get the change maker back, I wouldn't do it with the change maker unless like there were literally no other choice. But in other scenarios, you know,
For leaving?
I would never crash that boat on purpose.
I feel like the fact that you felt that you feel a need to even clarify that concerns me. I thought it was implied, but now I'm wondering.
Considering that you've almost crashed it 3 times by accident, that doesn't really mean much.
And sometimes I don't think it was technically almost.
We definitely have done so.
They were
I
trying to
think-
crash it.
This isn't an almost. You did crash it once.
I think this conversation
That's
is
what I'm
becoming a
saying.
crashing mode increasingly quickly.
You crashed into the fucking walls of the port. How do you manage
Well-
to do that?
Okay, we're on
Yeah,
land. We're on land.
We'll let you know how it goes today, guys, and I start to drag Saphira over to the docks.
Isaac, just say that you'll be the one piloting, okay?
Before
No,
anyone goes-
Saphira is going to do a great job, and I say in the tone that you tell a kid that they're like riding the bike when they clearly have training wheels on, and you're like right there.
So before anyone goes back to the consortium, can I just get like a quick vibe check? When we spoke to them the very first time we got to Nausea and
Mhm.
accepted this job, I
Got back
got
to
the
now.
vibe. Yeah, I got the vibe when we took this job that they
Mhm.
had information about who owned the house and also this the person who had like taken ownership of the house, but they said that we didn't need to know about it and that we should just house it. But they do have some more information on that, and they wouldn't give it to us at the time.
Right, because you guys failed your persuasion check.
Sure. But
Persuaded.
so the we're generally on good terms.
So
with
as
the
a vibe
consortium.
check, you're 100% right. Yes, they probably
so-
know more than they're letting on.
Yeah, no, so
Hmm.
we're generally on good terms with the consortium, and definitely Leslie has helped us out fantastically more than a few times. Not to mention that whole thing with the dragon. I don't want to
Yeah.
deny any of that, but given that we're in the middle of this job without fully understanding what it's about, and one of the people coming for this house seems to have some kind of personal vendetta against us now, how much information do you want to give the consortium? Do you want to just keep telling them everything we learn, or do you want to have a little more coming towards us before we start handing over all the dolls?
Could definitely sort of haggle this, couldn't we? Like,
Why would we want to withhold information from the consortium?
Because I feel
It's-
like the fact
Monty
that
simply
they're
does not
withholding
trust them.
information, the idea, it feels a lot like we were put in this house without all of the context, given a pretty vague reason for being here.
You
Told
have to
that we
make
were
them-
going to gain something better than money, better than anything you could buy.
Yeah.
And it also kind of feels like, you know, when you sign up for a job and then end up surrounded by dudes that want to put you in jail all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
I don't know if anyone else was getting this vibe. I was kind of getting
A wave of
this
nostalgia.
vibe.
Also, Bryn,
So,
we don't have to withhold information. We just have to make the consortium think we're gonna withhold it. You know, maybe say we're starting to feel the effects of this mission much more personally, and we want to be cautious about where information moves, especially with the whole Poppy connection. Maybe if they can reassure us of their end of this job that we're helping with, by giving us more information, we would be more comfortable relaying what we learn on the day by day. A safety
I
precaution.
got the impression when we originally picked up the job that Zutono wasn't exactly sure what we would get out of it. He just got a vibe that it would be better than money. And I think we are getting paid for the house once we take it. But I'm not even sure the consortium knows exactly what we've gotten ourselves into.
I think the consortium has a better idea, and I think that they put us in here without as much information as they could have. And
Okay.
It concerns me that maybe they did that intentionally, because we don't matter quite as much to them, because we are technically not consortium members. We're outside contractors and therefore expendable.
Well, there's also
Also-
the
I really think
possibility that the mission that we're
Yeah.
taking on is something
was
that
what the agent told us we were here for. He said that the whole point of us being not associated with them is that they don't have to take responsibility for us every time.
Well, what I'm saying is that if the consortium is withholding information from us, then I lost my train of thought.
It also, honestly, based on their clerk, what's his name, Carfax, they might have the information.
Carfax. His name is Carfax.
Right, that.
Don't insult him.
Maybe they're not withholding it. They just literally don't know where the information is. Maybe he filed it in the wrong folder. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus.
Okay, that does sound like a
They were ready
Carfax
to
move.
replace them. Or at least Leslie was, even if they
I'm
can.
also not really claiming, or I'm not trying to insinuate that they might even have ill will towards us. I just think that going forward, especially as we're, getting deeper into the weeds with what's going on here, maybe we should just be more conscious about watching our own backs.
I remember now. I remember what I was gonna say. I think the consortium could have stuck us with this job because they couldn't get their own adventurers to do it. Like if they had full information, maybe the job was actually so dangerous no one wanted to do it if they knew what the danger was.
The way I recall
I think they
it,
know us well enough to know that we would have absolutely done it if we knew what the danger was.
We walked into a dragon.
Well, that's also true. That's also true, but just
I'm not
just a
disagreeing
thought.
with your overall sentiment or anybody's overall sentiment that they're clearly withholding information and should be scrutinized. I was just half joking, half serious that I don't think that's necessarily the angle, but there's clearly a missing piece or several that they know and we don't.
I just worry that we take all these dolls to Leslie and she says thank you and disappears with them without giving.
It does sound like a Leslie move.
I wouldn't have given them to her. I would have suggested showing them to her and asking for her expert take, showing like two, bringing like two of the 13.
Yeah, that's a cautious approach, and I feel better about that for sure.
I don't think it would hurt to push them a little bit to really share what they got that they might have withheld, or intentionally or not, on that front before we go handing anything over.
Does anyone else want to see Coin and Crystal interrogate the consortium?
Two very different approaches.
A little bit, yeah.
Real pincer maneuver right there.
I want to see this. Yeah.
We would come into it playing good cop, bad cop, like we were not on a team. And then we would get all the information out of it.
Exhaust them emotionally and mentally.
Coin and Crystal as business partners is truly a terrifying prospect.
They could probably hustle down a lot of random people on the road.
If you can get them focused on the same goal for long enough, I think nothing can stop them.
That's true.
So what's the plan?
So, yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I plan to stay at the house and get my 4 hours of meditation done so that I am ready to go all night.
It does sound like we have three splits right now. Couple people at the house, a couple people going to the consortium, and a couple of us renting a very small boat and doing a coastline scout.
Get insurance. Get
very
insurance
small
on it.
boat every time.
Oh, because I'm trying to, because I feel like if I don't specify it, Saphira is going to walk up to a full fucking ship with 40 sailors and be like, let's go, I need to travel a quarter mile. And, so I'm trying to be specific.
Setting expectations.
Also
Setting
sounds very
expectations
fun,
over
though.
here.
Clarifying boundaries very, very quickly and efficiently. Very small boat. Very small boat.
I mean, is that not a very small boat? I mean, it's not like it's a warship.
Okay, so I'll be getting the boat. And then,
Does this look small to you? Because this looks pretty average to me.
I mean, when you compare it to the size of the ocean.
Jeez.
Small.
Does that sound right? Is there a fourth group, or are those the three groups?
I think those are the three.
That's
Alright.
yeah. That sounds yeah.
Is anybody
so.
joining Saphira and myself for our quick little scouting mission? Great, Saphira, let's go.
You know what? I'll join the scouting mission. I was at the consortium last time, so.
All right. So three of you
Great.
guys. All right. Cool. So you guys are going to leave the house. Awesome.
If the
So,
ship
as-
sinks, you guys can jump on my back and we'll fly away into the night.
Cool. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to have you guys travel out into the town and head
And
over towards.
you said
the
we can
dock.
have called that a short rest real quick, right? Since I don't know what you're going to
Yes,
throw at us. I'm just
absolutely.
gonna mark a couple things down.
Absolutely do a short rest. Yes, everybody can do a short rest.
Thank
I
God.
don't think I actually get anything from that. I get a couple hit points.
Alrighty. So it's going to take you about 5-10 minutes to get down to the docks. So for those of you who are traveling there, I'm going to put you guys on the docks. So it's Saphira, it's Isaac, and it's Ruzid. There you guys go. The docks. Welcome.
I would like to go find the. Well, if he doesn't look busy, I'll find the guy I was talking to last time. But we're not really needing like special attention or the big, the guy in charge. We just need to rent a kayak. Don't give me that look, Rosie.
Yes,
All right,
look at the
so
horses.
there you guys go.
No.
Feel free to look around. Who would you like to talk to? Because there's a lot of people here, and I have fleshed this out pretty well for you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, whatever seems like the quickest and least out of the way. Like, would that be going to these guys down here, or is there a stall? Like, are there stalls that are labeled for?
The
like a type
building
of-
you're next to right here, this building is the brewery. Next to this is a blacksmith shop. There's a boat that people are currently standing on. They look like a good set of adventurers. There's some really creepy women standing around glaring at a blonde dude on the edge of the boat. They appear to be gearing up and are experiencing new boat smell.
Oh, interesting.
You guys can go ahead.
What's this down here?
What's that down there? It's kind of far for you to tell what's going on down there.
Well, I see a smaller boat, so I'm gonna go head this direction and
Okay.
see what.
I need you guys to roll a history check as you get to this point, especially Isaac. And I need Isaac to beat a 10.
No way, man.
Okay.
But let's see. Oh, hey.
Right. Cool. This ship right here, this big ship, is a Cervantes vessel of the city of Bourbon. The Cervantes family is known as slavers and general ne'er-do-wells. The side of the ship lists it as Amarazi's Revenge, and the figurehead on the front is that of a demon with pierced nipples and horns. His skin is red, and he's very attractive and posing on the front of it as if he's trying to get your attention, but it is just carved out of wood.
This is a cool looking ship, huh?
You guys will pass a brothel, you'll pass a general goods store, you'll come right down here past the Shattered Jackal, which is a tavern. As you guys were passing this area, these two people over here are talking. They are discussing something, and a large amount of coins are being passed from one person to the other. You guys come down here to this little jetty.
Yep.
Catch up with you guys. Just gonna stay right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Looking around to make sure that. Actually, I would have no idea what aimer looks like. I'm looking around
No,
just
you
to make sure no one. No, I'm just looking around to make sure no one's watching me.
Okay. Need a perception check, please.
I'm very good at those.
-1. Nice.
Yes! There we go. Thank you for your train wreck moment. Choo
Here,
choo.
Godfather.
All right. So, Saphira, you notice nothing out of the ordinary, not even the bird poop that you just leaned against.
No, Bert. And I lose my balance and fall into the water.
Fall into the water. Splash!
Perfect.
The woman who's here will look over her shoulder. Anyway, continue stalking.
100%. If that token is being used specifically and intentionally, and I love that. I agree.
This
we have
guy
it.
runs over to here and he lowers a pointed spear down towards you, butt end first, so it is blunt on this end. The spear shaft is white with gold filigree all the way up it, and he offers it to you to help you out of the water.
Before I take that, what's your name, real quick?
He looks down at you and does not say a thing. He just holds the butt of the spear within reach.
Well, pleasure to meet you, and I'll swim away this way.
You swim away from him? Okay. All right. Roll your athletics check, please. You sink.
Yeah, does Ruzit or does he able to see this from here?
I was about to say, at this point, I've never tried to use shape water in this way. I don't know if I can do this, but I can move water in a 5-foot cube. So can I basically just like keep her aloft in the cube she's in, prevent her from drowning?
The water moves upwards. She's going down.
Okay. Yeah,
the guy is going to look down at you, a drowning sailor, and he is going to lean his spear against this little stand, and he dives in after you.
You know, Isaac, I can't believe it, but somehow she hasn't even got on the ship yet and managed to shipwreck.
And you can't believe that?
I mean, you know what? I can't believe that. But it's just seeing it how it play out, it's a different feeling than thinking that it's going to happen.
Okay. So the guy comes down, swims down to you, reaches out, grabs you around your waist. Are you going to fight him, or are you going to let him bring you to the surface and rescue you from drowning?
Fully gonna let him rescue me this time.
You're going to fully let him rescue you. Awesome. Cool. So we're going to go ahead.
I'm probably like feeling around in the in a non-specific trying to reach for anything kind of way, but not in a trying to resist kind of way.
Sure. As he takes a hold of you, he very confidently swims upward. He has no effort getting you up to the surface, where he will grab the side of the bank here and lift you with one hand just enough to where you can actually reach up to get yourself out of here. So we're going to go ahead and pause for a moment on the docks as we go ahead and head over to this screen where we're going to have you guys interact with this individual.
As hell.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
He looks at you and nods. He picks up his spear and holds it behind him.
You're an awful quiet one.
He gives you just a littlest bit of a bow, keeping his eyes on yours.
Okay, well, we were looking for a cave of some sort. I didn't see it. Hey, Isaac, what did that cave look like?
Isaac will describe the cave that Rosie saw, and will be sure to mention things like the purple glowing mushrooms, and that it was very damp, and that the cave complex would have to go pretty deep because it was about 200 feet below surface level, etc.
He will listen to this very attentively, and at the mention of glowing mushrooms, he mimes, how big?
I look over
And
at
Isaac
Isaac again.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Crystal knows. Let me put it this way. Crystal knows on sight, I assume, without making a check, what the regular size of a mushroom is. And is it fair to say that, like, if they were unusually large or small, Crystal would have just obviously seen that in that.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will say not atypical for a group of mushrooms.
So he shrinks his hands down to about hand size and thinks about it for a moment. And
Just basically a coin.
a purple size. He concentrates on his hands for a moment, and they glow, starting with a silver gold light, and then they turn purple, and a mushroom forms in his hands. And he looks at you inquisitively.
I assume that looks about right.
He nods
yeah.
and closes his hands. The image disappears. He gestures to his hand, holds his hand up to his nose, and acts like he's wafting things up into his nose like an inhalant.
Okay.
He cocks his head sideways to see if you understand.
Well, we're
Yeah,
not
like,
trying
is he
to
like
do that with
underwater?
the mushrooms. Just looking for someone we know is around them.
He nods and looks around, very slowly scanning everyone around. He stays facing you guys and looks around, and he points over at the woman talking to the little dragonborn and shrugs. Then he points to one of the alleyways behind him and shrugs. He looks at you, Saphira, places one hand on your shoulder, gives you a gentle squeeze, and he's going to go to turn around and walk away from you guys.
That's fine. We were. How you feeling, Saphira?
I think he wanted us to talk to that person over there.
He looks over at them, and he goes, just with his fingers, acting as if he's inhaling a powder.
Yeah. But I don't. Okay. I guess, can I get an insight check to confirm that Isaac is putting together the very little I feel like I'm putting together?
Sure, absolutely. With
Yeah,
a
that's
12,
about
what are you
right.
putting together?
The mushrooms might be the ingredient in something sniffed or snorted, or that's eventually, and that the folks over there, being in that general type of illicit business, or even that specific type of illicit business with the final product, might be more familiar with where the product is sourced.
That's a good interpretation.
I'll share that insight with Saphira and Rusev for their take.
Why do we always end up having to deal with druggies?
Yeah,
He
I'm
looks
not.
at you and frowns his eyebrows down at you.
Thank you for your help. We appreciate it.
No, I wasn't
Isaac.
referring to you. It was just like a general sort of thing. Sorry. You're very
He holds
helpful.
his
Thank
hands
you.
together, and with the spear in the crook of his elbow, he will bow to you guys, take one step backwards away from you, and turn on his heel and return to the alleyway where he was.
Great. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even necessarily inclined to talk to them before attempting our own scouting, just because I don't know how many people we need to let in on what we're up to and why. But up to you guys. If you want to talk to them now before we leave, I certainly will stop anyone.
Well, it'd be nice to have a slightly bigger lead than what we have already. I mean, what are we gonna do with what we have? What's your plan right now for scouting?
It is very general, like going up and down the coastline in however long it takes. I guess about an hour and a half in each direction, since that's how long she traveled before she got to where she was. And seeing if we see any obvious caves on the coast. But certainly, if you guys want to chat these folks up on our way, we can. They just look. I was just agreeing with you that they look unsavory. But yeah, we can give it a shot. Saphira, do you want to lead? Do you guys want me to? Who wants to? I'm through body language, Isaac is deferring to one of you all to approach.
I'll definitely approach.
Riz is gonna follow Saphira as well.
Okay, so Saphir, which way are you going? Towards the docks, or towards the alleyway, or towards the little boat, or back home?
Towards the docks. I'm gonna, if I can find the person who was talking to the Dragonborn.
All right. You walk up to her, and she turns to you. Well, damn, that was quite a fall.
I've had worse.
Definitely had worse.
She looks at you. I'm sure. Excuse me. And she tries to go past you.
I'm on. I have to check my notes for something real quick.
Peanut guitar.
I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah, it's so not what I was thinking of. Okay. Oh, she tries to pass me. I'll say, well, I had a question for you.
Yes.
I'm gonna lower my voice to a whisper. Do you know anything about the purple mushrooms?
Oh, darling, you're cute. She looks over her shoulder. Yeah. Why?
We don't have any particular interest in them for their own sake, so we're not trying to in on anyone's territory or anything like that. But we were tracking someone who apparently lives near them.
Oh, okay. I don't know where you get them as far as harvesting them. I have a friend who uses them.
Okay, well, no judgment on my end there.
Darling, I don't care if you judge me. But, who's your friend? He seems kind of cute.
I have two friends over there. Which
tall
one?
one, of course.
Rizzy looks disappointed.
Yeah.
Well, either one of them could be the tall one, depending on the day. But the one who's tall right now is Isaac. But
The day, just how I'm feeling, not the day.
Isaac gives a very practiced hello that out of game I'm pretty sure Anita is very well familiar with. All Isaac has to do is introduce himself, and there is a way that gay men politely introduce themselves in response to interest being expressed by women that I think Anita is very familiar with. And so when she expresses interest and calls him cute, and he says, "Hi, I'm Isaac," I think he does so in a way that is a polite shift towards whatever Saphira's about to get to.
She smiles. Well, adventurous, aren't we? So,
I think Saphira just go ahead.
Independent contractors?
Of sort, yeah.
Ah, I know the type. Has fortune been good to you?
So far, pretty good.
Excellent.
Could be a little better, really.
To the matter at hand, are you looking for a supplier or are you looking to sell?
Neither.
Well, I guess
we're just looking for where you would be able to find some.
But it's literally coincidental that this is involved. Yes, we just know that the person is in a cave where this would naturally be found or is naturally occurring.
Ah, so you're bounty hunters. Oh, goodness gracious.
Closer.
I have a friend who does that for a living. He's last time it's been a while since I saw him. Anyway,
can I ask,
yes.
I don't think Isaac would, but maybe he would have heard from Crystal, since Crystal and Isaac did legend lore on Silas, would there be any even vague awareness of the connection here? Is Anita wearing a shard of the Blue Palace right now? Like tucked in?
No, she's not, and there's a reason why.
Totally, yeah, just curious.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, I've got the character sheet.
I didn't know. It's Crystal that cast it on Silas, but certainly Act 1 of his legend is him and her doing a bunch of schemes and cons together. So I didn't, but I didn't really know if that made it to Crystal's legend lore.
Yeah, you don't see any shards on her at the moment. Right now she has a pretty gem around her neck. She has a sickle on her hip and a tattoo on the back of her hand. Those are the primary things she's got, other than that musical instrument that she is very guardedly keeping out of your reach.
If there's I guess I would sort of, as a stage whisper, a bit of an aside to Saphira and Ruzid, I would say, like, technically, if what we need, a supplier would at least be able to answer the questions we have, and we could just pay them for their time and they're answering a couple of questions and move on with our day.
Not a bad idea, but we need to figure out who the suppliers are.
She just asked, do you need a supplier or a buyer? And I was saying,
we
could kind of pursue the supplier route for that reason, to that limited extent, if that seems wise. Saphira, what do you think?
Yeah, that makes the most sense. Tracing the Ina supply.
Yeah, then since Anita had kind of shifted, or since this woman had kind of shifted to asking about our luck, he'll kind of be like, we're trying to make our own luck a little bit today at least, so might take you up on that offer of putting us in touch with a supplier. But if you want to give them the heads up, we just have questions that their expertise might lend itself to. We're not reaching out for the normal reasons one might reach out to a supplier.
Sure. Also, to be clear, we're not bounty hunters. This is more personal.
It's a personal grudge, but we do happen to be. Yeah, the bounty is my satisfaction. But so in a loose sense, we're hunting a bounty.
Yeah, I particularly wish not to be associated.
I love it when men get satisfied. But let's go ahead and hi. She waves past you and points at you guys. I'm going to be going. Thank you very much. And she ends the conversation and starts scurrying away.
But it looks like she grabbed somebody's attention and kind of gestured at us.
Mm-hmm.
Is that person walking over to us, or do they appear to be waiting for us to walk over to them?
I need you to roll a perception check as you look over the shoulder, trying to find who she was trying to attract attention from. Awesome. So you'll see a hand from behind a building waving you guys over. It's got a leather glove on, but looks feminine in nature.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's head that way.
Okay. As you guys get there, I need Saphira to go ahead and roll a athletics or acrobatics check, your choice. Need you to beat an 18. Saphira, the hand tries to grab a hold of you as you get to the corner and misses.
At least buy me dinner first.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
we've met
Oh.
her, haven't we?
Oh.
A long time
Or,
ago.
or I could buy you dinner, T.
Absolutely. How are you doing?
Didn't this person
Doing-
take a bath with Crystal?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was the chapter. That was when I wrote the. That was when I was still taking really good notes, and the chapter was called "My Little Pony Slumber Party." Sorry. Go on.
All good. She smiles. Absolutely. You can totally buy me dinner. I'm in town for a couple days. That nice lady over there said that you might be interested in some of my products.
After a fashion.
What you looking for?
Oh, are these?
As she leans against the wall.
There are these purple mushrooms, right?
Oh, yeah. Those
We're
are
not
good. Are those the glowing kind?
Good to know. Are they glowing kind, right, Isaac? I think so. Yes.
They are, and he'll do a little minor illusion.
Ooh, those are nice.
Not like out in the open though. Now that he knows that it's illicit, like a little bit of a classic like
Sure.
angles his body, kind of thing. But yeah.
So we're not actually looking for the mushrooms themselves, but we're looking for someone who we think is in some kind of cave where these mushrooms are growing.
Oh,
We're hoping to
darling,
find
those mushrooms are everywhere. You just have to know how to refine them.
Oh, great. They're everywhere.
That would be great news if we're actually looking for the mushrooms.
Oh, okay. So what
We're
exactly are
looking
you
for-
looking for?
It's a very damp cave that they tend to be naturally occurring in, or at least can very easily be cultivated in.
Oh, well, there's not many of the wet caves around anymore. Most of them have dried up, especially due to the drought here in town. There's some wet caves south of town. There's quite a few down there, actually. There was a group that went down there a while back, and they said they killed one of the large fae that came through, one of the elder dryads. Oh, I'm so glad she's gone.
Yeah, that would have been a pain. Well, it seems like somebody has potentially taken up residence.
Interesting. So, what about dinner?
Isaac politely exits, steps back, and lets Sarah take it from here. Homer Simpson's his way.
Same thing. Ruse is like, no.
We need to go.
Both of them do it at the same time.
We need to go scouting for that cave for a little bit, but when we return this evening, I'd be happy to treat you to anywhere other than the Shattered Jackal.
Oh, but it's so much fun! They have so many fights. Have you ever gotten in a fight there?
There, but
Kanan loves fights. You've met Kanan, right?
Kanan. No, I don't think I have.
He's the loud knoll in there. He's the one who gets you guys really drunk, and then you fight, and everyone has a good time, and then you find someone to make out with, and you take all their money, and then you run down the alleyway, right?
Of course. I mean, that's a standard Friday night, but
just by the way, how have you been? I heard a dirty rumor that you guys went up against all sorts of drug people at an island.
We did. And,
Exciting.
depending
Bring me
on
a
which
sample.
island it is, that's... Actually, do I have... Let me check if I have a sample on me. Remember if I do. I don't think I have one. It's the island that's you're thinking of. If that's the same one I'm thinking of. We kind of blew everything in there up. It was...
Oh, such a shame. I'm sure it would have been a valuable product.
Valuable. Quite dangerous, but quite valuable.
Well, if you come across any more of this stuff, I'm interested. But I'll be in town. Your people talk to my people?
I'd rather talk to you directly, but
I don't have people. She puts her hand on yours. You look really good, especially on those wanted posters. There are a couple of bounty hunters in town that are looking for you, especially one tabaxi person. Just as a heads up, he's around. He's harmless, but he's just an information broker, and I think he might have seen you, so just be careful about that.
Well, certainly, yeah. I've heard about the McCain brothers, and I'm trying to
Oh,
avoid them.
no. He's not one of the McCain brothers. No.
Someone different then.
Brothers are in town, and they are looking for you. But this one, Tabaxi, is running around and is providing information about a lot of people at the moment. Apparently, he's making a lot of coin passing information around. Gotta be careful.
Certainly a dangerous business for him. Or no, who you never want to pass around the wrong information from someone who would want that getting out.
All right. Well, I will catch you guys later. Have fun. Good luck with the cave. Did you guys need any supplies while I'm here? Maybe? No? Okay. You have a wonderful time, and she goes to kiss you on the cheek.
You too. I'll see you for dinner.
She twists your head and kisses you full on the lips. All right. So, as she does so, she smiles very sweetly. You taste strawberries on your lips. And she smiles, pulls her hood up, and sashays down the alleyway.
I turn to Isaac and Rooted. Isn't she just wonderful?
Yeah.
Get to buy her dinner.
In the way a carnivorous plant is wonderful, yes.
Are you saying carnivorous plants aren't wonderful?
No, I'm saying they
wonderful.
are, and that they share a few
Exactly.
very specific characteristics.
Oh, like the green.
The green is a good start. Yep, that's a good start.
Yes, you're a
Yep.
carnivorous plant type.
All right. She gave us an area a couple hours south. She said that we could do a quick sweep past. Or I guess if we have a good description from a source we trust, maybe we just head back to the house and let folks know, since they'll be back from the consortium soon. And Tati and I need to rest up for the night's watch.
Well, if we have a really high confidence that that is the place where she is, this puppet master or whatever, then I guess we probably shouldn't go there by ourselves or just by the three of us.
Yeah, I don't disagree. So we can head back and we can all go as a group when we're more ready.
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Defeats the fearless libido.
All right, I think the three of us return to the house.
Cool. So, as you guys head back towards the house, that's where we go. You guys walk up to the house and walk on in. Here you guys are.
So have the rest of the party not left for the consortium yet? because I think there was
the
going to be a
timeline.
team.
Yeah,
Who's
go
the
for it.
consortium? Because we do need to pass that over.
I
Okay.
think Coin.
So definitely Coin and Crystal said they were going to go, I think.
Okay.
And that leaves me and Tati. Tati wanted to stay home. Tati, do you want someone to stay home and watch the house with you, or do you want?
If you want to go, that's fine. But you do have enhanced abilities on you right now, and I thought you would have a go at the puzzle boxes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. I will. I'll cast. I should have done this before the first group left, but I'll cast Bryn's private Discord server on the whole party before the rest of the team leaves.
Sure.
And then, Coin and Crystal can definitely handle this on their own.
Okay. Cool. So, Coin and Crystal, you guys head out into town. Awesome. As you guys make your way towards the consortium, it's a pretty nice day. There's a little bit of a breeze, a couple wisps of cloud here and there. Not much going on. You will see a figure go running past, and he says, "Excuse me," and he does not get within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
And he continues running.
You're sort of robot. You sound like a chipmunk, Rosie. Your microphone's a little off.
Is that what it is? Is it's her mic?
That's her microphone.
All I'm hearing is "Grrr, grrr."
Cat impression.
I think it's not working properly.
Oh no.
I can hear it all now. I think that means it's broken. Yeah, nothing at all.
Oh no.
She's reconnecting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Tati and Bryn are staying at the house. Is there anything you guys want to do while we get Crystal back?
I think, per Tati's suggestion, I'll be taking a crack at some of those other puzzle boxes.
Sure.
Did
All
we
right.
bring any of the voodoo things? The one that we got out, or is that remaining at the house?
Would you like to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you are.
Yes, we would like the voodoo dolls. Because we're gonna show
All
us-
of them, or just 2?
Well, they're in boxes, right? So do we even have the other?
You guys have opened 1 box. You don't know what's in the other 12 boxes.
Okay.
Just take the one box, or take the one open one.
Okay, we'll take the one open.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Cool. All right. So you guys go off towards the consortium. Very nice day. You guys come to the long, low brown building with the silver sign outside. It says "Adventurers Welcome." As you guys walk inside, you are met by the young man who you guys totally expect to be there. Brad runs up to you. "Oh, welcome. Are you here for lunch, dinner, afternoon snack? Anything you need?"
Just a water, Brad. Just a water.
"Water." "Okay, well, that's boring, but okay, I'll get you water." And he runs over and
I'll take a
get him
snack when we
water
get back
and brings it to
down.
you. "Absolutely. What would you like? Popcorn? Caramel corn?
Caramel corn.
Water
Cheese
is
corn?
not boring.
Caramel.
He looks at you. Right.
A mixture?
As you guys clam up, he turns. "Water is boring." And walks
Not.
away.
Water makes the world go round, for the record.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do as you are in the consortium?
All right, here's the deal, Crystal. I'll swing the doors open. You swing the hearts open. Capiche? We should probably. I guess Leslie's probably upstairs. Every time we come here, we kind of just find whoever's standing around. So Coin looks around. Say that again.
We always end up with Leslie.
Yeah.
As you look around, there's a new girl that you haven't seen before here. She's sitting on a table and is eyeing you guys carefully.
You notice this person's just started staring daggers at us?
She smiles and opens her sleeve, and there is a dagger along the inside of her sleeve, and she does the little high fingers at you.
Oh, lovely. I don't want to talk to that person.
Crystal walks over to her.
She smiles.
But just stand still watching you walk
Are
over.
you a little scared, or what's going on?
I'm not.
He gets a little nervous. It's okay.
R2!
You hear the sounds of walking closer.
Okay. A little mouse comes up out of her blouse and sits on her shoulder. Little white mouse.
Hey, are you you with the consortium?
I am. Are you?
Okay. Yeah, I have a badge actually somewhere.
He pats his pockets, realizing he does not have a badge with him.
And I don't think you have the jurisdiction to ask me to see it, but I have one.
She smiles. It doesn't really matter. So,
Okay.
oh, I'm Artemis. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I shake your hand, but nobody really trusts me.
Maybe it's because you're holding a dagger at all times while staring at people.
Oh no, I'm holding 13 daggers. And she spreads her hands a little bit, and you notice that they are hidden all in the folds of her blouse and her armor all over the place. Just a few.
Oh, well, I retract my comment then.
She smiles.
Are you on a job currently?
Oh no, I'm waiting for my husband.
Oh, who's your husband?
He's a big blonde guy. Have you seen him around? He's gorgeous. A little full of himself, but big guy. Have you met Radian?
Oh, God. Crystal, let's go.
I don't
Let's
think
just
we've
walk.
met. Have we met Radiant?
I don't think you have, Crystal. I know that Coin's player has, but I don't think Coin
Okay.
has.
I was getting him mixed up with the guy with really bright armor.
Oh, Basil. Ronaldus Basil. No.
That's a different person.
I think Coin would still say that, but for a different reason.
Oh. Where's your husband?
Oh, he's upstairs. He's doing a little bit of self-care.
Crystal goes through like all the possible meanings of what that could be.
Coin goes, what does that mean?
He's having his hair washed.
And you had to come here to do it?
He doesn't trust anybody else.
Who washes his hair?
Oh, well, there's a couple people, but the primary one that does it is River.
Okay.
Oh. All right. River's
Who
upstairs.
does your hair? Your hair looks pretty good, and she just fingers the tips of your hair there if you let her.
I do it.
Oh, there's a lady down in the farmer's market. Her name's Christine. She provides some great conditioners that'll help with your split ends.
Oh, thanks, man. I just have not been able to find a way to take care of my hair since we got back from Australia.
Ooh, Australia. I haven't been there yet. I've been down in Rathus and over in Ivrix a little bit, but I intend to go to Australia. Apparently, they've got really good culture there.
Yeah.
You can say that. Ivrix? You've been to Ivrix?
Of course. I travel quite a bit. I get around.
What's Ivrix like?
We went there for the flowers. Oh, it's beautiful. Enormous peaks that rise thousands of feet right off the coast. You have to climb all the way up to the top just to get over onto the trails. It's a dangerous place, but it's so beautiful. It's worth it.
Oh.
Huh. Yeah, we might find ourselves there at some point.
If
Oh,
you go
well.
to Estrella, bring an umbrella.
Bring an umbrella.
Yeah,
Okay.
just bring an umbrella.
That's up. I
No problem.
appreciate that. That's very nice. Oh,
Point
here's my
one
husband
lever.
now. and you guys see shining black and gold armor coming down the stairs, and the guy with the most gorgeous hair you have ever seen with purple tips on it comes down the stairs. He comes over. Hey, babe, how's it going? And kisses her full on the lips. Full on, uncomfortably long PDA.
That's funny.
This
You
is
like
definitely a kink thing.
Crystal like looks him up
He
and down.
while he's kissing her, he looks over at Coin and winks and kisses her harder. And
All right, I'm about done here. You two have a
That's right.
great day.
he goes, so,
Walks away.
you guys doing all right?
Coin has walked away. He's
Yeah,
left.
I
Coin
walked
walked
away.
away.
He's
Leaving
genuinely
Crystal there
walked
watching
over to the
this
staircase.
display.
Chris, I really hope that Coin just like grabbed Crystal to walk away. Like, nope, we're leaving.
Did you, Coin?
Oh, did I drag the centaur? 40
Yeah,
feet?
did you
Wow, let me
drag the
think about it.
centaur away?
He
No?
does a thing where he walks by and he sort of like throws like a fist up and clanks the side of your armor twice. Like, yep, time to go.
All right. Do you go with Coin or are you going to stay here?
Oh no, I go with Coin, but she's complaining. She's like, Coin, how many times have I told you not to do that? Stop touching my armor. I have to wipe
All
it
right.
down every time you touch it.
So you guys will leave them alone and they will make out for the foreseeable future.
Have fun, guys.
You see
Oh,
the
we're well
guy's
past
hand
that
wave
point.
goodbye, but he misses your direction, so it's more of like bye to the entire place. All right.
Huh.
We're
So-
on the clock.
You're on something. All right. So, what would you guys like to do?
We just gotta go find someone I can haggle with, really. That's what I'm looking for.
Wait, why are you here? Crystal looks at Coin.
Why are you here?
I thought you were talking to Leslie.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. I was gonna haggle.
You're gonna...
You hear a voice haggling.
No, not fiscal, not money. Something else.
Oh. And she turns away and walks.
Information.
Oh. We're gonna haggle
We're not
with
just gonna
Leslie?
we're not just gonna hand them the voodoo dolls.
Well, no, that was never
Ooh,
the
you
plan.
actually say those words here, you will feel a cold chill run down your spine. Crystal, you watch as black fog and smoke curls up behind Coin, forming right behind him, standing over him.
I already fuck it up.
You said something about dolls.
I think Coin freezes for a moment. Like,
Wait, Crystal cast command on him.
On Coin or on this guy?
On the guy, on the agent.
Oh.
oh,
Oh, damn. All right. Okay, just a second. What command are you doing for him?
Stay.
Okay. We're going to roll a wisdom saving throw, and I don't want to give you his name yet, so 1d20 plus 7. 15, so he will fail. He looks at you and stays for 6 seconds.
It's very impolite to sneak up on people in your own home.
Yeah. What she said.
I thought the agent's real name was revealed already to us.
Yeah, I think we know his name.
I wrote it down in my notes.
Did
yeah,
you?
but
Okay.
we've only known him as the agent for so long. It wouldn't be that strange. It'd instinctively just call him the agent.
Zutona said he
Zutona made
prefers
fun of
the
him.
agent.
That's true. Good job. Zutona did make fun of him. All right. So, you said something about a voodoo doll.
No, I just said I was, getting all dolled up to go to the tavern.
You said that you had a voodoo doll.
Coin is processing whether it's even
As you're
worth-
processing, he quickly just whips out a dagger and wipes the side of it against your arm and looks at it and sheaths it again.
I think Coin, knowing where he's at, he's probably just gonna drop a bit of the facade and he's gonna say like, "Yeah, I'm coming with an update on our mission, and getting this intimidation tactic that I'm dropping seems a little uncalled for. And you know, I like to operate a certain way, and what you're doing is kind of getting away in that. So maybe I'll just go back to the house and I'll send I'll send a letter in to someone else."
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intimidate you. I can't help it if you're just scared of me.
I'm not. But if I were, then you would have talked yourself out of a conversation, let me tell you.
Understood. We have news for you, actually, about your job.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Hit me.
I'd rather not.
Don't be so literal.
He smiles. Gotta be careful what you say, especially when you have someone around who likes to command others. And he casts hate bolts at you, Crystal, as he does not like being controlled at all.
Oh, she gets exasperated.
What spell is hate bolts? And just
That's what I thought. I also
No.
thought you meant. You were
sorry, not an actual spell. Just
I-
scaring.
I said I need to
This
make
is
that
scary.
spell, but I was muted.
Okay. So we have a little bit of word. Apparently, the subject that you guys left up here the other day, just earlier today,
Yeah.
she left.
Like walked out the door, left?
She tried to. Well, she made it out the door
Did she make it back in the door?
in several pieces.
Oh. Did she say why she was gonna leave?
Yeah. She said that she didn't like dying at your hands.
As in my hand? Pointing at himself. Or-
No, it's in the group at the house.
That doesn't add up from my perspective at all.
You didn't kill her and then revive her?
Well, that adds up. But I meant the whole like we brought her here and told her to stay safe.
Let me ask a hypothetical question. Hypothetically, if I killed you and then took you to my house and told you not to leave after I resurrected you, would you stay?
Reading what Isaac just said, Coin will
You
actually click.
Specifically, I might.
Oh, well, we didn't. Oh, she didn't like the idea that we might decide to kill her. I'm guessing, because Coin's gonna say like, listen, we roughed her up
She was
a bit.
killed at the house. You guys cast Revivify on her.
We brought her. Well, we didn't
We
kill her though.
didn't kill her at the
Yes,
house.
we
We
did.
knocked her unconscious, and then
Right.
she was remote killed by magic.
Yes. Right.
But
But-
from her perspective, I guess
Exactly.
she thought we killed her with magic. That's fair.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
I'm sorry, and she couldn't infer that when I said if you leave here, you're probably gonna die. That it wouldn't be. I guess it wasn't that clear. Huh?
It-
Never mind.
Sounded like a threat to her, is the way she expressed it to me.
Yeah, now that I say it, I guess it sounds like a threat to me too.
Well, okay. To be fair to you a little bit, she was there for the conversation you had with Leslie, so like she knew
Yeah.
that you meant that you at least suspected she was being remotely attacked. I still get why she
Yeah.
wouldn't trust you, but like I don't think you have to worry much
Yeah.
that you accidentally threatened her. Like she had context to know that you thought you meant from other people.
I agree. I don't think Coin.
You
would
guys literally
shoulder a
tortured
guilt.
her. She died. You guys resurrected her, brought her into Leslie's office, threatened her there, and then told her to stay in the building because
We
she could
didn't
die.
threaten her there. Leslie said this process would involve her dying, but no one
I think
was
casually
like, "Ooh, I
talking
can't
about
wait to kill her."
somebody
From
like
your
they're not
perspective, it
there
doesn't
while
sound
they're
like a
in
threat. If
Okay.
someone did all this to you, wouldn't it be threatening?
Oh no, I agree 100% from her
Yeah.
perspective. I
Yeah.
meant, I
From
guess
coins,
with
yeah.
from Coyd's perspective, it doesn't, but it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it from hers.
Uh-huh.
It
He'll
was
just
just like if you left, you'll die. If you leave, you'll die.
Yeah. But it was like, it hasn't even been a day. That was literally like an hour ago.
Yeah.
She didn't want to risk you coming back and killing her. So she left. And we're not about to keep people prisoners in here. Except for anyway.
She made her decision, honestly. It's out of my hands.
So do you believe that the issue has been resolved?
The issue?
Yes. The house sitting. Or is this voodoo doll that you don't have related?
Oh no, I mean we're here to operate. We're here for to discuss some information. Yeah. Although you said she's dead now, right? Can Leslie still do that thing?
What thing? Oh, you mean her magic?
Well,
You'd have to ask
yeah.
her. I don't like Leslie.
Oh, really? Why not?
He looks at you. She's not exactly the fan of the living, if you take my meaning.
Hypocrite. She's living.
Who? Me?
No, Leslie. She's living and she hates the living.
You're half
He
right.
smiles. Who said?
I just stares at you. Hey. Huh.
Did you just like fail the thing and now you have to look at her tits all the time?
He looks at you. Yes.
Oh, great. Let's go up to her office and continue this conversation then.
She's banished me from the office. I can't enter.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, Crystal. I think Leslie's here. Let's go find her.
Perfect. Crystal's like, this girl's more and more my type every day.
All right. So you leave this guy standing there. What about the voodoo doll?
What about it, man? What about it?
Are you going to stop and talk to him again about it?
I don't know. Is he the one paying me?
Do you have information about a voodoo doll that doesn't exist that we don't have?
He looks at you blankly. Roll a deception check, please, Crystal.
Oh, shit. Yep.
There's the train wreck. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So you do have one. Was it found in the house?
I did not find it in the house. I was watching TV of sorts.
Why don't you
Who
ask
found it?
Leslie in a little bit? I'm sure she'll fill you in.
So you're going to walk away?
Coyd seems pretty intent on it. He's not gonna like if
Cool.
Crystal wants to talk to him, he's not gonna stop you.
Crystal obviously is not wanting to talk to it.
And we're walking to Leslie's.
All right.
We're
gonna follow
walking.
the frog.
We're walking.
Yeah.
So as you guys come to the top of the stairs, you see Kerfix sitting there. Hey guys, how's it going?
Solid. Real
Uh,
barrage of information today, but pretty good.
Gotcha.
Leslie
got anyone
here?
I can beat up?
No.
Oh, well, damn. Have a good day.
Rooster says hi though.
How is the little guy?
Pretty solid. Always, bouncing up the
That
walls.
word of the day, solid. I can do that. I like that word. Solid.
Sure, that's the word of the day.
You guys really are meant to be, I think.
All right. Well, you guys have fun. I got this paperwork to get done. Take care.
Yeah.
Hey, hi.
All right. And you guys walk down the hall to the end of the hall where you will find that last door on the left open. Leslie is seated in her chair writing something.
Hi, Leslie.
She looks up, puts the pen down, folds the paper, puts it in a drawer. Hello.
So Fear's here is just 86th. They walked out.
Yes, I'm afraid so. And she slides a little black box into the center of the desk. I figured you'd be returning.
Coin looks actually kind of a little sad at that information. Like, damn, I did not want that to happen. But after a moment of thinking about it, he'll say like,
So that ritual, does it still apply?
Thankfully, yes. And she looks at you with a half smile, half frown. We can oblige.
you said she's in pieces, right?
At least one. And she looks down at the little black box on the desk.
Okay, I was asking Eric because the way it was described, it sounded like her form of death differed from when it was in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So Coin's gonna ask, before anything, like, how did she go?
Apparently she left the door of the consortium and was instantly dismembered.
Dismembered? By, like what, she just fell into cubes of meat?
No, all of the ligaments and cartilage in her body dissolved, allowing all the bones individually to fall into a scattered pile.
Yikes.
This might be like a history check. I think Coin would remember the way she died in the house. Like, she started foaming at the mouth, right?
Yes.
She's bleeding out of the mouth, I thought.
Coin, he may or may not, because for all I know, just same person, different kill method. But he's probably, in Coin's mind, he's like, am I getting deceived here? Am I being fed Yeah.
With a 20. Maybe you should find out what's in that little black box. She has a piece of this woman in the black box with your insight of 20.
And her remains, he's pointing at the black box. This it?
Finger.
Okay. Let me...
Her index to be exact.
Can I confirm that?
Of course. And she slides the black box to you.
Coin's gonna look at it.
Okay, you open the box. Inside, there is one knuckle with the fingernail attached of a finger. It's dwarven in, species.
And is he able to infer anything about the death through this? Or referring back to his uncertainty on the validity of how she
the
died.
flesh of the finger, and content warning for anyone who's listening who does not want to hear this, now's the time to leave. But this is going to be a little bit gory. The back end of the flesh, I'm going to give you guys a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So the back of the finger where it meets the joint has literally been torn away from the rest of the finger. The joint has separated, and all that's there is the last knuckle of the finger and that torn edge of flesh. It's not cut, it's literally ripped. So
gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Coin, I'm sure Coin's in his head about it because he's not a magic guy. But I'm guessing he can't, it doesn't seem like this is like a blood magician covering their tracks. Or the way I'm hearing it, it sounds like there's no clear sway one way or the other. That like, yeah, it was just this imposter that killed her a different way, or the consortium. There's not much to work with on Coin's part.
Right.
Okay.
Not unless you're able to learn hemomancy, which I think Bryn would be more knowledgeable about at this point.
I think because Coin says, Bryn has private Discord server up right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he does.
And I'm sure Leslie will hear, but I think he's just going to ask Bryn and the party, like, hey, Fear, she passed. She left. But she
I
died
heard.
she died a different way? Is that like normal?
I've never heard of anybody just dissolving like that, but it doesn't surprise me that. I mean, I don't know how she died the first time exactly, but I mean,
Last time
maybe there was a voodoo doll of her and they threw it in like some acid or something.
So it wouldn't be abnormal to kill her through a different method, because the first time it seemed internal, and this one seems more external.
I I don't know. I know as much as you do at this point.
Roll
I
Arcana
don't.
check, Bryn.
Sure. Okay. I will do
Because you
that.
have been reading those books that you got from Mr. Verm. There we go. Awesome. With the 23. Damn. All right. So with the 23, the first death was considered to be a simple kill. This second method is significantly more elaborate and required a ritual in order to do. This was not a
Okay.
simple cast. This was a ritualized killing for when she emerged from the protected area.
Yeah, and I guess it makes sense that once they knew whoever it was, I'm assuming the impersonator, once they knew that we were going to try and interrogate her, they just wanted to try and get it so that there'd be nothing left of her because you certainly can't revivify someone if their entire soft tissue skeleton is missing.
Now I need Bryn to roll an insight check.
Sure.
It's very difficult to do speak with dead when all the joints are broken.
Really? The joints specifically? I guess because they can't talk. Yeah, that would still fit in pretty well with the theory, which is that she was killed in a much more complete manner. So we're gonna struggle to talk.
This is just short of disintegrate. Just heads up.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. Thanks. And I think we're gonna look back up to Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's going to matter, but just so players understand, I think Coin feels sort of a smidge of guilt of like, man, I did not articulate her circumstances well to her, which is something he would probably think like, I should be able to tell someone you're gonna die and not make you think I'm the one threatening you. But after a bit of that like internal conflict, he'll look back up to Leslie and say, well, if there's anything that's gonna come out of this, then the ritual? It doesn't seem like there's any reason not to do it now.
I don't see any reason why not either. However, you had your reservations. Most of those should be alleviated by her death. There may still be some potential danger to her soul, but most of that should be non-consequential.
I'm sorry, what ritual? Does Crystal know about this?
Oh.
What ritual?
She looks at you. Your compatriot here has asked for the acquisition of information regarding Figuerette's origins and what we might be able to gather from her knowledge.
Oh.
The
Crystal
ritual
looks at
that I
Coin.
would be casting is a little bit disturbing to most people.
Hey, I didn't pitch the idea. I was offered it.
So I wanted to make sure that everyone was okay with that before we proceeded.
I was not aware her soul might be in danger. I kind of thought just sort of picking through someone's abandoned house at that point.
We must reach in to find out what she knew.
Oh, Coin. I mean, whose soul isn't in danger? Crystal's like, I'm fine.
Good point.
She holds up one hand, mine, and puts her hand down.
Which,
Can I roll like insight or something as to what
Sure.
the hell she means?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Ooh, Leslie. Let me pull up Leslie's. Gotta roll her deception check here real quick. Leslie doesn't do this very often where we actually discuss it, but I rolled a nat 1.
Hell yeah.
Hot dang. All right, so she's joking. This is a Leslie joke that her soul is not in danger.
Crystal starts. She's like, ha 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 ha. She's like concerned, like laughing.
She smiles. I'm glad someone got it.
I'm not sure I did.
if we do this, could I get the consortium to like promise her a burial at the very least?
Oh, she's already been buried. She's been taken
Huh?
over to the Moritas crematorium, and the rest of the
Oh.
body has been burned and interred in the mausoleum at the cemetery.
You know, I was gonna say like give her a burial in the woods where she lived, but I really don't want to go back to the graveyard, so guess what's done is done.
Of course.
Is she gonna haunt us?
Unlikely, especially not if we deal with her soul.
I don't like the way you word that. Deal with.
She looks at you. What did you mean?
I just feel like you're really skirting around your wording here, but I don't know how interested I am in prodding at it.
She waits.
Yeah, I think Coin is having a genuine little moral quandary about this. Like,
No.
he already got roped into this, and he's like, is it essential to my job that I desecrate this person's soul for the sake of information? And I think in Coin's mind, had the option of like just giving her a burial under her favorite tree been on the table, he'd be more open to it. But knowing she's already been buried at like some gray morgue, I think he's leaning towards like, he's gonna say, "Is this a time-sensitive ritual? Like, can I get back to you in 2 weeks?"
2 weeks. Oh goodness. She
Just
looks
read
down
my
at the little box. She looks down at the little box. If necessary.
Okay, because that's not even why we showed up here. Other things to discuss. So how about we table that? We've been rummaging through the house. You've heard about the whole Poppy situation, and especially with Poppy's connections to the consortium. I'm wondering if you guys know more about the house that hasn't been conveyed to us. Prior owners, the kind of eyes that would be on this place, anything that maybe was not presented to us already.
Yes.
I think it would be valuable, especially since we get the impression whoever did this is a pretty personal vendetta with us now. So we're no longer on behalf of the consortium. We are individuals roped into this.
Understood. You do understand that the consortium takes such liabilities seriously and will provide our aid if we can.
Okay, well, I welcome it right now by laying out all the information we don't have already.
Well, the information that we have about the house in question. The house was built approximately 120 years ago. It has changed hands at least 4 times. The last owner of the house, as far as we know, was a young man who sold it under duress to a woman and 3 associates of hers. The woman signed the deed with the sign of a butterfly and promptly left and has not been seen since.
Is that a
We do
butterfly?
not believe the person who is interested in the house is that woman.
Okay.
That woman left a vampiress in the house, along with several thralls that they had taken from the local market. A group of our members went through the house, and after some deliberation with the vampiress and a charming baker there, managed to defeat the vampiress and have gone in search of the woman who signs her name with the butterfly, and they have left town. Apparently,
Right.
they are hot on the trail and are engaged in that activity. We asked you to go ahead and monitor the house in case someone came back and the house is still technically in that person's name. Someone else, other than the person we expected, has expressed interest in the house. We
Gotcha.
believe this is a person who had formerly lived there and has possessions within the house. She is apparently trying to reclaim those. The impersonator has taken the form of one of our agents known as Poppy, who is a flower seller who gathers flowers from the land of Ivrix and sells them here in town. She also collects flowers from around the general vicinity and does quite a fair job of arranging them. And the rare flowers are quite valuable to her.
Coin
The
nods.
last time I was able to scry on this person was as they left your doorstep. After that, they became undetectable for a period of time and then disappeared. I have not been able to acquire more information on this person, but we believe she is interested in something in the house. Have you discovered any property that might be interested, that we might be interested in, or did this figurette find anything?
Coin has maintained a very quiet, listening sort of pose with his
Mhm.
arms crossed, and before answering that, he'll say,
And that's everything the consortium knows of the house right now.
Well, we know that the pantry has recently been vacated. We know that the landscaping is lacking and has not been mowed in several days. There's an undead chicken under the chicken coop. Isaac has been spotted speaking to a woman in the backyard.
Okay, that's
You have an alarm placed on the front.
Fair point, Leslie. Fair point. Everything that's prevalent do the job, I should say.
She pauses. You asked for
Historically.
everything.
Okay. Well, another question. You've had people sweep.
One moment.
Go on.
You indicated I had not been thorough, and now you find offense at the fact that I'm being thorough?
I don't find offense. It's just you're hard to read sometimes. It's hard to tell if you're fucking with me or if you're genuinely trying to give me all the information.
I'm trying to make sure that you are well informed and prepared for whatever may come.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm a man of brevity, so I'll try to get to my question quickly here, but I want to preface it by asking, you've had people search the house prior to us, right?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
We did a sweep of the attic, more or less empty, but we found a box in it.
Interesting. What was in the box?
It appeared to be some sort of like a children's toy box, but when we opened it, it's been filled. Coin, I think, pauses for a moment on like, is it time to give the information over? And then he'll conclude like, yeah, we've been told enough. He'll say like, it was full of like these little puzzle boxes, and we cracked one open and found what appears to be like a voodoo doll inside it.
Interesting.
And we haven't even cracked all the other puzzle boxes open quite yet. The rest of our crew is working on that as we speak. But seems like something that might run parallel to our job. Maybe.
Okay, I need a perception check from Coin now.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I have
Okay,
one
16.
lucky.
You're gonna use that lucky point?
Before the outcome. Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah, I use it.
All right, cool. So the 16, with a 16, there's a weird smell coming from one of your pockets.
My
It's
pocket?
the pocket that, yep. It's the pocket that has the voodoo doll.
Coin will say, he'll notice this and reach to pull it out. And
Okay.
then
I need you to
pull it
roll a
out.
dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
With a 23, as you reach into your pocket, you feel almost like tendrils of darkness reach up into your hand, and you feel your skin beginning to necrotize as you reach for the puzzle box. You take no damage, but it is very uneasy, and it's not something you want to touch at the moment.
Okay. I don't think this is how necro damage works, but if I used Hand of Harm while holding, because that does necrotic damage, does that like cancel it out if I use necrotic while I'm being attacked by necrotic?
It does not cancel it out, no.
Okay, then he will repel his hand to avoid whatever
Okay.
he's feeling.
Okay. You will start feeling it on your. Is this a pant pocket or is it one of your?
Yeah, so he's got
or
business
you've got
pants
suspenders.
on.
Sorry. Yeah, business pants with suspenders.
He's got suspenders on, but
Right. So you're going to start feeling it on your leg.
Hey, I could really. So I got the voodoo doll with me, but if someone could pull it out with a fake hand, that would be great.
She looks at you and rushes around the desk to you, and she reaches into your pant pocket, and her hand reaches in, and you see her wince in pain and then growl down at the pocket as she tears the box out from your pants pocket. It is smoking black. There's just an entire cascade of necrotic energy coming down off of this. You watch as Leslie's hand turns skeletal as she holds it up in front of you. The doll's head rotates around and looks at you. The mouth opens and hisses at you. She takes it and breaks the head off of it. The magic effect stops. Leslie's hand is still skeletal. She shatters the box on the floor, looks at her hand, whispers something in a language you don't understand.
Yeah.
And her hand begins to knit itself back, the muscles forming back over the bones, and the very pale white skin forms again, and then the glove weaves itself back to the top of her fingernails. She looks at you. Well, that was disturbing.
Thanks. Yeah, I did say fake hand to be fair, but I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouse. The mouth.
The mouse. That's downstairs. She looks at you. I don't have a magic hand that can do that.
Fair enough.
Horrible little thing. She puts the remains of the voodoo doll on the desk, both the head and the little body of the doll, and looks closely at it. Powerful little witch. So, you said there were more of these?
There were more boxes. If I had to guess what's in them,
Pointing at the voodoo doll.
but we haven't. We don't totally know yet. But yeah, there's like 12 more.
What bothers me is the fact that this was able to take place within the consortium.
Within the consortium?
That's
Oh,
where we're
you.
at.
Well, yeah, but I kind of figured you would want a visual of the situation.
I understand. But this did not just spontaneously occur.
Okay, I'm a little confused. Are you mad at me because I brought it here, or are you upset that it
No,
somehow
I'm not.
happened through your field?
I am concerned, not upset. I'm not angry at
Okay.
you.
All right, clear.
I am disturbed by the fact that someone so powerful was able to affect this thing here, expressing such powerful magic as to affect me in my own place.
Oh.
That is what I'm upset by, and not you. Whatever this person is, it's a problem.
Everyone's nodding in agreement, letting her speak, vent, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
I would ask you to investigate the other boxes. Find out what's in them. Be careful, though. Take the utmost precautions, because someone, whoever this is, whoever's impersonated my friend Poppy, I use that word loosely, is exceedingly powerful. And if that same person is involved in these dolls, then what you have in the house is a bomb.
Oh.
I don't know what's in those boxes, but if it's the same thing as this, your friends are in great danger.
1 second. Coin just says, hey, through private Discord, hey, maybe wait on that. The whole box situation. We got a bit of an update.
I thank you. Yeah, Bryn is taking the 12 different boxes and he's pacing because he's not sure what to do with them. Like maybe we could put them in 12 different places all around the house, but then if something happened, it would happen everywhere at once. We could put them in a bag of holding.
Everywhere all at once, right? No? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Sorry, I had to.
Deserved.
Isaac's got a good idea. We could, yeah, maybe on your way back, you guys could grab something. Also, if we had another bag of holding, we could put them in another bag of holding and just leave them there.
Yeah.
That would pretty effectively isolate them.
But then someone else.
Yeah, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take 11 of the boxes and put them in an empty room where nobody is, and then maybe in the toilet, in the bathroom.
Okay.
I'll put them in my bathroom.
In the toilet.
And
I don't
then-
think you can flush the voodoo dolls.
I wasn't going to. I'm just putting them somewhere where we're not sleeping. And then I'm going to keep one of them and work on the puzzle box. I would like to confirm that there are actually dolls in all of the boxes. But I'll take them one at a time in case they go up in flames or something.
Okay. Cool. So you put all 12 of them in either the master bathroom or the general bathroom. Which one did you want to put them in? Crystal has opposed putting it in the master bathroom.
Yeah, we'll do the general bathroom, but then that means the master bathroom would have to be accessible all hours of the day because there's not another one. So whoever's sleeping in the master bedroom, tough. But yeah, cool. Anyway, yeah, I'll put 11 of them there, and then I'll work on one of them.
Okay, I need you to roll a d12, please. Just to find out which one you were trying to open. Thank you.
Number 5.
All right, camera pans right back to the consortium. Coin, Crystal, what do you guys want to do as you are standing here thinking to yourselves in front of Leslie?
Crystal's gonna ask. She just has some questions. So hypothetically, let's say that I scryed on this person who made these dolls, and she made some dolls that looked a lot like us. How could we protect ourselves from that?
She looks very concerned. Does she own anything that belongs to you? Because the dolls by themselves are not powerful. It's when they are infused with an item or a piece of someone that they become strong. And she looks at the doll in front of you guys and pulls a single hair off of its waist that had been tied there like a little belt. In fact, this belongs to someone. She breaks it and holds it over a candle where it burns.
Paid her in coins, so that's the only thing that she would have that is mine, unless she took hair that I didn't see.
Would that even count as yours? Because that was an exchange of money. That's just her money now.
The money would not count.
Yeah. That's it.
She would have had to have given you something for free.
Yeah, no. I didn't give her anything for free.
Does it apply if she, like, steals something? Or does it have to be given?
No, she could have taken something from you.
Huh. As far as we are aware, I don't think anyone's exchanged anything to strangers recently.
Yeah.
Well, be cautious. Be very, very careful. Quite the trouble this is.
There was also a quilt in the box. I don't know if that's important.
Spirit kiss somebody. That was free, technically.
Spirit gave her heart.
Not yet, she hasn't.
She better not have. Does she have? Is there anything that the party can do against that, or are we just?
I encourage you to try to find her and stop her from collecting things from you. It does take a ritual in order to cast, several hours in order to infuse one of the dolls with the power. So unless she has taken something of you, then you should be fine. Just
okay. How
in those other puzzle boxes, if what's in them is this, I would be very cautious.
How strict are those rules? Because I sell a lot of maps around here, and if she came into contact of something I was selling, would that count?
No, not for the dolls. The voodoo dolls rely on a physical piece of you. A fingernail, a tongue, a piece of hair.
So not a name.
I don't even have half those
it
things,
has to be a physical thing. The Fae, however, like names very, very much.
Oh,
you don't have any dealings with the Fae right now, do you?
Just one in particular that's gone missing.
Oh, who would that be?
Silas.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
We don't have all of the playing cards on that situation either.
Oh no. Has he left his throne room?
I thought she was the one. Wasn't Leslie the one that told Crystal that they were looking for him?
Yeah.
Yep, they've been looking. She didn't know that you guys had dealings with him, though.
Oh. Well,
I think Coin's just looking at Crystal at this. Like,
Crystal's like, what? We went there.
What do you want to say?
You went to Silas's throne room. Is anyone there?
Yeah, not him.
Who?
Do we know her name? Did she give her name?
Yes, she gave her name as Angela.
Okay. Yeah. Some lady named Angela.
And she slams her fist into the desk. I told him it was dangerous. God damn it. All right.
We
She
never see this
reaches
emotion.
down into just a second. She reaches down into her drawer and brings out a bright purple book. And I mean like fuchsia purple, fuchsia pink. Pulls it up, puts it on the desk with a thud. I hate doing this. And she opens it and it goes whoosh, and like a magic book unfolding. One of those ancient, you guys remember reading Rainbow? It's like all the pages keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, until finally it opens up and there's more pages in this book than there should be. She flips down to a page, keeps flipping past. Fine, here, today. She grabs her pen out of the drawer. He's missing. We need your help. Schedule a pickup now. And she waits. Fine, 3 days. All right, you have 3 days until someone arrives to help you out. We're in trouble.
Wait, at the house?
If you'd like them to be at the house, we'll pick you up at the house in 3 days. I won't be there, but some of my friends will be.
What is it regarding? Is this regarding our job or
Your excuse from your job? You need to get paid? Here's 19,000 gold pieces. Here's a deed for a ship when you're ready to cash that in. Here's the keys to the house and the deed. And if you need it, here's a favor from me, as long as you can go ahead and return Silas to the Blue Palace throne.
Coin is looking at all of this.
Accept the mission. When they arrive in 3 days, they're going to land in front of the front door of the house. Be ready. You'll only have 5 minutes before you have to leave.
I'm not.
Do your friends look like you?
No. You'll know them when you see them. The person I've contacted is wearing a patchwork red robe.
Coin's looking at all this, a little confused, and he's gonna say, I like where this is going, but I think maybe we skipped a few sentences on... There's sort of a gap between where we were a minute ago and where we are now, and maybe it would help. Maybe it would help to fill us in on that.
It's very clear. It's just moving very quickly, but she's Chris. Go on.
No, Crystal's standing over there. Yeah. Okay. No, you guys were discussing the voodoo dolls and whether names would count as something that she could, that the person could use against you with the dolls. And she mentioned no, but if you had dealings with the Fae, they worry about names. And then you guys answered that you had been dealing with Silas and Angela, and she had the outburst about Angela and is exceedingly concerned at the moment that Angela is currently on the throne at the Blue Palace.
I see. All right, let me just give me a second. Coin's going to private message everyone and say, hey,
She's like collecting the coins. She's like, thank you for that, for the deed. Like, she's like fully like, yes, we accept.
Hey guys, you should probably start packing, cause the job is done? Question mark.
The pack?
P.S.
Yeah.
Coin and I are great.
What did we get paid for the job, Coin?
Good question. Still counting that.
Interesting answer. Interesting answer.
Yeah, so if there's no objections here, then this house can stop being a thorn in our feet.
I just have one question real quick.
Okay.
My question is, which of your pockets do you keep your coin in?
What? I mean, all of them. Throughout the day.
No. The important coin.
Oh, I mean,
It's not really a pocket.
Oh. How many pockets do you have, Coin?
Well, I mean, technically just the 2 on his pants, but he's probably
Okay.
He's got pouches hanging
Of
off.
the only two
And
that
your
matter are
mouth.
the pockets. The only
Well, yeah.
pockets I care about at the moment are in your pants. Can I get you to roll a D2? And I'm going to roll a D2. And if we match,
Sentence.
it's not good for your favorite coin.
Well, I should say his favorite coin is in his mouth, but he's got stray ones he picks up on the ground, probably in his pockets.
Sure.
But I'd say he probably does a yin yang thing where it's like
Right.
the ones he likes are on his right, the ones he's not sure about are on the left.
Okay. Well, she reached into your right pocket and pulled that out. So, based off of a 1 and 2. So, yeah. That's not good.
Coin realizes I'd like $15.
You reach into your pocket, and what comes out is not coins, but slagged and melted mass of metal.
Coin falls to his knees. Hold on, I need a minute. He stands back up.
I didn't really
Go ahead and
get an
scratch
answer,
10
but
gold coins off your character sheet, please.
I
Damn.
feel like Coin isn't possessed, so.
Glad that's resolved.
Yeah, long history factor.
You could probably
Okay,
trade that
so
to Tati.
let's bring the stuff home and let's get ready for the next part.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and
Next act.
he turns back up to Leslie and he'll say, like, okay, we're in the clear for this. I more than welcome filling me in on exactly. I guess you did on. So what's the deal with the house then? Are you just our part of this job's over? It's someone else's now?
Indeed. Unless you want it, all you need to do is sign here. She presents a contract that is for the deed of the house.
Coin's looking over the proposed rewards, and his first thought is, are these things money can buy? All of which they do seem like, except for that favor, which does not seem, especially based on his interactions with Leslie. I think Coin's gonna wait a moment to allow the party to interject if they so feel like it, and after that moment passes, he will sign it.
Interjections? Anyone?
No, let's take the ship. Let's take the house. Right?
Take the
For
deal.
excitement or emotion, or joy said apart from stances by an exclamation point. By a comment, the feeling's not as strong.
Party house.
All right. So, if you sign this piece of paper, you will own 123 Mary Way.
All right.
Yes?
I was sorry. I was typing out a joke and I remembered I have to lock it in.
Ship insurance.
And yeah, he's reading it over. So we get the deed to this house, but it's also still full of voodoo dolls? I assume that's going to be dealt with on the consortium's time and dime?
Well, what are you going to do with them?
I'm not going to display them in the front room, I'll tell you that much. I'd really rather them not be there when I get back.
If you'll allow us, we'll have someone pick them up.
Especially because you said it's like a ticking bomb and this is a residential neighborhood, so maybe a residential town, so maybe that could get dealt with.
Very well.
Coin, how
And
are
with
you
that-
not a government official?
I keep trying, but they won't let me. And he'll sign it.
We'll
I mean,
send
he-
someone over. Have you met Radian? He's going to come by and he'll take care of that. I'm sure he's the right man for the job.
Oh, we're
I-
invented.
I haven't met him on work, but I've met him off work. That's for sure.
Understood.
Coin's going to
Um,
read the fine print on whatever he's signing.
Sure.
And
It's pretty standard.
If there's no
is-
legal, yeah. If there's no legalese,
45 minutes later.
45 minutes.
2 hours later. No.
I can imagine the party just asking, like, "Coin, have you signed it yet?" Hold on, wait, one more, 5 more minutes.
You've got Crystal standing right next to you.
Crystal's just standing over him, like, yep, a C, O, I.
So many hours later, the old narrator got tired of narrating, and they had to hire a new one.
All right. So you now are the owner of 123 Mary Way. You have been paid for doing the job. She looks at you. Remember, 3 days. So it will be Monday, approximately 10 a.m. They'll arrive at the front door. Be ready for them.
Them, okay. Be ready for them.
They won't stay long.
Okay. Anything else we need? We're clear. Pack our bags. You don't need anything else of us at the house during this interim time frame.
No? We'll send Radian by to pick up the boxes unless you wanted to investigate those further. Do be careful.
Please pick them up. Yeah.
Do be careful. If she knows where you're at, you are in danger. Hopefully,
Wonderful.
my friends can get you away from here quickly enough to prevent any acquisition of what she needs. Also, we'll try to keep these boxes away from her as best we can.
If these aren't details you have, we don't need them yet, but are you intending to send us somewhere specific?
I don't know. That's why I need 3 days.
Okay. Do we have any sway on this? Input on if maybe something pops up in Shu? Not against it. We can float all the options.
I thought we were discussing the Fae.
We are. Is Shu...
The Shuian Fae is not a place you want to go.
Listen, I know a lot about geography, but the content of the geography is a different story.
My friend Grung. The Fae is an entire dimension, an entire plane of existence that rides directly above ours.
Okay.
Every place in the material plane exists in the Fae realm as well, but is enhanced. If a place is evil here, it is the depths of depravity there. If a place is pretty here, it is lovely and enrapturing there.
Oh. Okay.
Going to Shu, a land of great evil and great dark magics, great corruption and greed and power struggles and deceit and betrayal. You've never even considered what that could be when enhanced 10 times.
Okay, so it's off the table staying in Shu. And if we did like a flyby, that's...
She looks at you and blinks. If you wish to try to map the Shuian Fae, you are a braver person than me.
Fair enough.
Which should give you a chill down your spine out of character.
Yeah, he thinks that sounds right. He's the bravest.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Are you from Shu? She asked Leslie.
No.
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
I appreciate the question, though.
I meant it as a compliment.
She looks at you impassively, brushes a little bit of hair back in, away off of her face and behind her ear. I understood. If you'll excuse me, the door's there.
That it is.
Thank you again, Leslie. Glad we could work things out.
She looks at you and purses her lips. Mm-hmm.
Crystal's shoving coin out the door. All right, let's go back to the house.
Wait,
All right. So you guys head out and down the way. As you guys come down, Brad is there and he runs by you guys with a large brown bag and just hands it to Crystal. Sorry, in a rush, and runs away.
Us too. Okay. All right.
It's probably about 3 feet long, about 2 feet in diameter. Looks like a big duffel.
All right, we're gonna need to start relaying all of this information to everybody. Kind of a lot.
So off you guys go to the house.
So wait, we have the deed to a ship?
A ship.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's something I think Coin would read on the way to find the details of if it means there is a ship prepared or it's like a voucher to go.
Is
order
a
ship.
voucher for one.
Okay.
And it actually says that you have to meet with someone named Samara in order to acquire it. I will type that name in chat for you guys.
We could get the change maker back and another ship.
Yeah, we could.
We could have a fleet.
We could have a fleet. Saphira's onto it.
Sapira, have you ever crashed a multi? You know, it's too easy.
And 19,000 gold. That is solid.
Money.
If we if we're 3 days is enough that if anybody wants to buy something that they couldn't have afforded, what is that? 2,700 gold to go per person. Then that's a good time. It's a good interval.
We need something to help us defeat a Fey lady that ate Silas.
Yeah.
Wonder if they have that at the farmers market.
Ate them. Kind of gruesome.
Yeah.
So 3 days until we get picked up?
Yep.
3 days till you guys get picked up. And I think that's a great pausing point for tonight because I think you guys have a lot to think about this week.
Yeah, that's one way
So-
of putting it.
Yeah.
So, evil archfey.
Yeah, not just evil archfey. You guys have a lot of trouble on the horizon.
Trouble.
So, yeah, fun times, fun times, fun times. So we will come back next week as we are in that 3 to 4 hour range. Thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. I hope you guys had a good time tonight. We did a lot of lore drops for you guys. You guys met some interesting people and found out more about what's going on in the world around you guys as far as the adventure goes.